blended with wit, sarcasm, and a pub-like atmosphere. We're adults talking about adult topics and using adult language. We laugh and make jokes about almost everything. We don't intend to upset, but some folks have their feelings hurt easily. This is all done in humor and the style of talking about adult topics and using adult language. Lenny Bruce, we laugh and make jokes. Robin Williams, Wanda Sykes, Sam Kinison, George Lopez, Lisa Lampanelli, Chris Rock, and others. So grab your vice of choice, sit back, relax, and get ready to enjoy yourself in the company of great people, hot toddies, and guests alike, because here we come.
Put that long day behind you. Good times lie ahead. With company worth keeping, that'll bash a smile on your head. Come on in, the door's open. You'll find just the finest folks here. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, and lend our stories your ear. Cause we're the talk at the tavern. Here you're always welcome. The talk at the tavern. Promising beer and bedlam. The talk at the tavern. Music, medicine, then some. The talk at the tavern. The song's over. Here we come.
And welcome to Tuesday, May 15th episode of Talk at the Tavern Tuesday with Angela Pritchett, who I'll introduce in a second. Yeah, look at her. Roy. I guess we'll go straight into intros. I don't have anything before that. Let me introduce the co-host in life and on the show, Andrea.
Hi, I have coffee, and I stole his mug. Shh.
That's her mug. She just shaves.
That's his.
Any other vices for you today?
Water. That's it.
It's well, let me go ahead and introduce our special guest today, and she could tell us her vices that I forgot to tell her that she gets to tell people when she gets to talk. We have Angela Pritchett, who is well known for being awesome, and I'll let her list her credentials in case she wants to, put something at the top of the list.
Okay, hi guys. I have rose green tea because rose tea is amazing. Oh, you shut your mouth.
Is it good?
Good. It's so good.
It tastes like roses?
It's rose flavored green tea, so it has like a little bit of a rose taste. Flowery teas are a thing, and they are amazing.
I'm not a fan. I don't hate them per se, but Andrea breaks
How
out.
can you not be a fan if you haven't tried it?
I have.
You just sat there and told me they have roses in it?
Yeah, that's for the audience. That's showmanship. Look at me. I tried it years ago. It has been years, though. Hell, probably 10 years ago, shortly after they came out. And yeah, it wasn't horrible. It just wasn't my
Well, you need to go to your local Wegmans or wherever and pick this stuff up. It's not super strong. It does not have super strong flowery taste. It is amazing.
Okay.
Yay.
What other vices do you have today? Oh.
Today, nothing yet. It's nothing yet.
I gotta knock somebody off and shoot up later, but nothing for the show.
Well, I mean, it's now just one. I'm now allowed to have stuff, so.
Oh, well. Welcome to the tavern. It's Andrew. I'm sorry, I interrupted. Were you going to say something?
No.
Okay, good answer. I don't know what to say to that. Oh, my vices. I have... Okay. Now, first of all, we have this. And by the way, let me check if you guys can't hear me, because I'm terrified. The mic thing is not going up and down, and it's got me worried. So, actually, I'm going to just check that real quick. And just put that there. Okay, so I had this. And I
You can be heard. I checked on Twitch.
You checked on Twitch. Okay, good. I just want to make sure the mic was working. So anyhow, I had this, and I got it, I don't know, last year on clearance after whenever pumpkin spice season is. And it's Captain Morgan's Jack-O-Blast, which I used to like pumpkin spice, and then pumpkin spice got horrible everywhere, overdone, oversaturated, and way too sweet.
It can never be overdone. Stop it. Never be overdone.
They put too much sugar in it. I lost the pumpkin spice flavor and got a sugar flavor instead. And that's what I mean by overdone. But perhaps you disagree, and you're allowed to. But I picked this up because it had much more of a actual pumpkin spice flavor, and I was very excited by that. But I found I don't... Oh, thank you for the host. Appreciate that. I was like, ooh, nice.
Yay!
But yeah, I picked it up, and it's really good. It's not overpowering, but I found I don't crave it very often. So last night, I was short of what I normally drink on the show, right before the show collapsed in a biblical storm, or a storm of biblical proportions. But I had pulled this out and added it to my Coke Zero. And this morning, I'm like, there's not much left. Let me just get rid of it. And I don't have anything to drink for today's show, so I added this to my coffee. So now I have pumpkin spice sweet Italian creamer coffee. And, and that's the chocolate and vanilla blend coffee, Andrea? Is that correct?
It is. Mocha and French vanilla.
That's awesome. And then we have a Coke Zero with some.
A lot of flavor going on.
There is.
Have you...
Mm-hmm.
So... They made a watermelon version of that pumpkin stuff.
I haven't tried it. How is it?
It's maybe it's just the drink my friend made me because she didn't use the correct mixer for it. But the bottle sniff is like scratch and sniff.
Yeah.
So it smells great. Yeah, the bottle smells like watermelon. It's great. And being the late 80s, 90s kid I am, scratch and sniff. Sure, I'm all for this.
Yeah,
they are marketing to me. But, I mean, it tasted okay before she put it in, the cranberry juice, which watermelon and cranberry don't really...
No, not really.
No.
Yeah, we're with
I was also on Topamax at the time, and it messed up my taste buds,
Stupid.
So you need to try it again.
I guess I do.
Yeah. I remember Topamax in The Great Gatsby. Didn't think he was all that good. Wait, that's Topher Grace. Never mind. Is he scratch and sniff? With the watermelon, do you remember the watermelon Capri Suns?
Yes.
They were great for the first 2 sips. And after those first couple of sips, you kind of realize that there's a reason you like watermelon as watermelon as opposed to a concentrate liquid.
Hey, watermelon Kool-Aid. That clear watermelon Kool-Aid was awesome.
Watermelon bubble tea. Delicious.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my wrapper off, if you know what I mean.
Oh my goodness.
What?
That's a nice bottle, though.
It is, and that's why I'm peeling the wrapper off of it, because I'm like, maybe there's a
I thought he was trying to open a bag of candy, and I was waiting for everything to fly everywhere.
Then you'll see all the cats running.
That's true. Half of them towards it, half of them away from it. Okay, hold on. I think I got it. See, and this is what we do on the tavern. Oh, by the way, for anybody who was watching last night during our storm coverage, we're fine. We're fine. We lost...
We got power back this morning.
We did, about 7 a.m. We lost 2 whole trees, but... Wait, we lost 2 trees, but not 2 whole trees. 1 whole tree and then 2 half trees. I am guessing during this storm there was tornado activity that came down because there is this line of cut trees from my neighbor's property across ours. And here's the great thing. It's like it hit our trees and then bounced away and disappeared, as opposed to coming back down. So I don't like these trees anyway. If anything, it was a favor done to me.
Yeah, now, it was.
Well, and now I have a buddy who I don't know if he's watching. Matter of fact, you know what? I should drop him the link real quick.
Hi, if you're watching. We have a lot of viewers right now.
We do. We have a bazillion.
Ooh, wow.
I feel like a bazillion should relate to bosoms somehow. It should be like a bosom zillion, which means it's the best zillion you can have.
It is. What? That's a cat. Oh, look.
It is a cat.
Which
she
cat
just gave me the face palm. This is Aria. She's the most chill thing ever. She's my sweet little Siamese kitty. And I'm going to put her down because she wants to sleep.
Aw. I have cats over here. We could have like a cat comparing thing. Because, okay, I'm making sure everybody who can, including Kennedy, I don't know if he's been on, but he did send me a message going, hey, are you guys dead? I think he phrased it differently.
Yeah, we are.
He might have asked if I'm okay.
Thanks.
But yeah, everything, I can show you pictures of the damage from last night, but it uprooted 1 whole tree that was like a 3-story tall tree, and then 2 other trees have been cut or torn, shredded, halfway up, and they were also like 3-story trees. So it's really an interesting bit of carnage and wreckage. And the guy I just sent a message to happens to be one of my buddies from a club I'm in, and he is visiting our area this week, and tree cutting is what he does for a living. So, now, he doesn't have his equipment with him.
It was meant to be.
Well, I figure what I'll do is I'll go there, smoke a cigar with him this evening, and by me I mean Andrew and I both, and then basically pick his brain on what's a good chainsaw. You know, is there a brand that's better than others, etc.
Or if anybody that's local has a chainsaw we can borrow.
That's true.
Send us a message.
Or we accept gifts of chainsaws and other
stuff.
Deadly weapons. Zombie killing material.
Go to their Amazon page right now and ship them chainsaws.
Okay, you know what? That's actually a good point. I totally forgot to add a chainsaw. They made a joke about it last night because our internet and our power went out, but I used my phone and broadcast on Twitch for 45 minutes or so. And somebody made a joke about, go to Amazon wishlist right now and get them a chainsaw. Okay, there's a cat behind my computer. What the hell? Zazzle, you don't fit!
If I fits, I sits.
No, she's squeezing through it. She can't even sit.
Oh, that's why the camera's moving.
It is. She's like...
This is why I close my door.
This is why I leave mine open.
Because I won't.
It's, I was going to take a picture, but
I only allow one.
Zazzle! Zazzle! She loves this. Can you tell? There you go, girl.
Silly kitten.
Yeah, now she's like rubbing on the computer. I can't see the chainsaws. How am I going to add them to the list? Oh, wow. No, I don't want to just add the $400 chainsaw, do I? See, I don't even...
So I put up the link to Patreon for our guest today. Go throw money at her. Just throw it. It's okay. She doesn't mind.
Angela, I am big on Patreon right now. My whole concept is, instead of doing a Kickstarter, if people pushed their Patreon the way they push a Kickstarter, they would get regular people, or people giving them money regularly instead of a one-time thing, and helping them out and supporting them. But we make these Patreons, and then we forget to go post on them and share them, etc. Okay. So I have decided I need a backstock of books that I could bring to events as well as give some to local libraries and whatnot. So I decided to pimp the Patreon. What are folks getting on yours, and not just what rewards, but what do they help you do? We'll start with that.
Okay. So much. Well, actually, I did both. I did a Kickstarter and a Patreon because I make at least 6 fully directed costumes, scale music videos every year, and they cost money. So I actually did a Kickstarter as well to help subsidize some of that because my Patreon didn't have quite as many. And I mean, I push and push and push that thing, which I did get a successful Kickstarter, which is great. I actually have a composer writing an original ukulele piece for me right now. Nice. And it started out as a way to fund that music video, and then it ended up turning into almost funding my entire year's worth of music videos, which is great. But originally I started out with just the original piece, which is almost done. I'm so excited about this. But for Patreon, you get a lot of really cool stuff, and I post all types of extra stuff on there too. But like tier wise, I have where you can get downloads of my music, you get to see my videos early. You get, I do a convention blog at all the conventions I go to, which I go to about 16 cons a year. So even ones I'm not a guest at or playing at, I'm still posting different stuff that's going on at them. I'm trying to think everything else. I have a tier where you get a downloadable recipe card every month because I've written cookbooks. I've written Shut Up and Eat, the unofficial Doctor Who Series 8 and 9 cookbook. So you can find it on Amazon. And so, yeah, just lots of really fun stuff like that. Money that I get on Patreon helps me fund all of the stuff, like all of the business side and music videos as well. So, like, if I need to buy more business cards or my shoulder strap broke and I need to replace it. Stuff like that too. The simple like maintaining stuff. Like I generally pay for a lot of that out of pocket anyways, but having that extra like cushion makes it easier. Music video wise, it helps me make my music videos. I've been writing a lot of original parody songs based off of Doctor Who and Pokemon and Harry Potter. I eventually am going to make music videos of those as well, along with just my finger plucking stuff. So, and if you don't know what finger plucking is, it's just playing the ukulele without singing, so I can play the melody and chords and everything else. And then I have someone that does background tracks for me.
Flight of the Bumblebee, you got that in the works?
Maybe. I'll have to wait and see.
Now,
it might happen. I am doing classical songs along with popular geeky stuff, so...
Yeah, and I mean no insult with this, but it takes a certain skill level or talent or just knack to do something as fast as Flight of the Bumblebee and keep it crisp as opposed to becoming out as a blah. So you got that?
I spent 5 years in undergrad for music and 4 years in grad school, so I might be able to pluck that out.
So you're confident, right?
Yes, I'm very confident. If not, I'll just pick up an oboe and I'll play it on oboe.
Really?
Ukulele. That's my main instrument.
You think you could do the speed on an oboe with Flight of the Bumblebee?
Maybe. I could probably do it. I mean, I started on flute, too, so we could always try that.
You see, you should do a duet. Just record the track with each different instrument and keep adding yourself in.
Well, my Star Wars track actually has me playing erhu, which is a Chinese violin, and ukulele, along with the synths in the background. So it has me playing 2 instruments on it. Just in the music video, you're only seeing me play the ukulele.
No, I like that. See, it's especially Flight of the Bumblebee. It sounds like by the end of it, you could be your own symphony. You're a one-woman symphony.
I could be, as long as I can not have to play them all at the same time, because then I'll need extra arms or something.
You will. You know, I was just trying to, instead of hashtag or the heart, I was going to do like the treble clef symbol, which, there we go. I got it. So instead of like hashtag or heart, you just all like... Yeah, that's right. I guess it'd be easier to do the bass clef, just go like this.
Yeah, but I play treble instruments for the most part, so...
It's all about the bass.
But yeah, it's all about the bass. No drama.
No treble.
No trouble.
Somebody did a parody like that. I don't even remember who, but I know I liked it. So with Patreon, and I'm pushing this because I'm looking at the content I give out, and I don't feel like I have a lot to offer, because everything I throw out there, I tend to do for free and put it on YouTube, etc. So I'm looking at what can I give that's special besides behind-the-scenes videos, which is all I've really got for patron-only content. So, you know, like my tiers are, the first one is like, oh, you get all this stuff, which now that I'm dabbling in Discord, there's actually some stuff that is strictly exclusive to Patreon folks. But before that, it was like, oh, you can be in my secret Facebook group for the show, where we're inappropriate and horrible, but anybody could really be in that if they go to Talk of the Tavern on Facebook. So I'm torn here.
You can have secret groups. You don't have to make it for everyone.
It's a closed group at this point in time, but because of the growth. You know, I don't want to stunt our growth by making it so exclusive. We're not that big yet. Now, what might happen down the road is that one will become less closed, more public, and we will make a secret group for especially for the folks who have been supporting for more than a year, or that support in large amounts or whatever. But that's down the road.
You need to have like a Patreon-only Snapchat or something for Talk of the Tavern.
See, that's possible. Hey, we just got a new follower.
I know cosplayers that do that. So
yeah, there's a lot.
Will Calico? Grazie. It's are you from Italy? Because our Italian is a bit shaky, but we're glad to see you no matter where you're from. New follower there.
Yay, new follower.
And there's a noise for our new follower.
There's a noise.
Will Calico. I just like Calico. So yeah, Snapchat.
So do you do a Snapchat? Do you do a Snapchat?
I do not have a Snapchat. I am horrible at Snapchat. It's not my favorite. I post a lot on Instagram. So Instagram is like my big love. Like I actually run social media for a couple different companies, And so, like, I had to learn all the tips and tricks for Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and stuff. And Instagram is one I just enjoy because I travel a lot, too, for conventions and for work and stuff. And so it makes it so I can post cosplay photos. I can post ukulele stuff. I can post bubble tea stuff. I can post seriously adorable photos of my pugs. I can post all types of, like, crazy stuff. And I can also just post that travel selfie or different stuff I'm doing. So I'm really bad because I don't always stay in my, like, niche for Instagram. I'm like, I have like 5 different things I love, which generally you're supposed to stick with 5 things. So I have my 5 things that I love, and I try not to go outside of that, but sometimes it happens. So, but I love Instagram. Instagram is my one thing where I like to post all types of crazy, geeky, nerdy.
It was actually bubbles after our conversation with you at Mysticon.
Yes.
Where we started, and I think we had
that.
started on it, but it really inspired us to cut down all the extra social media. What, Andrea?
I was going to say, after talking to you, Angela, at Mysticon, I looked into and started using hashtags, and we've got a lot more followers.
Oh, so yeah, hashtags are how you do
that.
It. 30 of them. You got 30 of them to use. Use them. I actually, since I post a couple different things, I have folders on my phone. Let me see if I can actually pull this up on my phone since it's right here. I have folders in my quick memos that are just hashtags, so I can just cut and paste them straight on, because Instagram's strictly phone. I have different ones. I have my music one, I have my cosplay one, I have my pug one. I just go in, so I don't have to sit there and just type everything in by hand. I go in, copy and paste.
Yeah, I started doing that, and then just add in some specific ones for the guest. So yeah, awesome.
What app are you storing those in?
It's just the memo on my phone.
Okay.
It's not an app, really. It's just whatever my phone came with.
Well, I use mine on my clipboard and lock it.
Yeah, I just save all my memos.
Now, speaking of things that you're into, let's play one of your songs here real quick. Looks like we're going to play a little Star Wars to start out with.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Do you want to talk about it before or after we get back?
I can do after.
Okay.
They've heard us talk enough.
Okay.
I did post a link for the video.
There we go. Now, were you able to find sheet music for that, or did you have to do that yourself?
I wrote the tabs for that, and then did the drones with the Urhu as well. So it's the same. It's the same thing 4 times in a row if you listen to the piece. So it wasn't a lot that I had to write out. But if I if no one has actually made tab for the pieces that I do, I write it all myself.
Very good. So,
but I do search for it so it doesn't take me hours of having to work on music.
If you don't have to. And it's understandable.
Yeah. So, I was going to say, I don't think we really discussed this in the intros, and since we have a few more viewers now, you want to go through all your credentials? What do you do that makes you awesome?
I never have any free time, so I do a lot. I do Angela Plays Ukulele, where I play geeky covers on the ukulele. I am an actress. I've been in over 30 short films, feature films altogether. You can check out some of the stuff I've been on IMDb. Just look up my name. And there's a couple things on Amazon right now that you can watch. I think Pork Chop 2, this slasher horror film I was in, that I'm one of the leads in, is actually available on Amazon Prime. So if you have Prime, I think you can watch it for free. It's one of my favorite films I've worked on.
I have a question about that.
I got it.
Do you do your own screaming? No, I haven't seen it, so I don't know if you scream at all. You do your own... Are you...
Oh, yeah.
See, screaming is something I don't do well. I jump and wet myself very well, but screaming doesn't really go in that package. So I'm curious, screaming courses? Are you a natural screamer with no innuendo intended there?
I can scream. So, like, there's actually, funny enough, one of the other actresses in the film screams, and she was asleep when they were doing that scream, so they had me scream in her place. And then they were like, oh, we'll just dub over her. And so then when I watched the film, I'm like, that's me. So they kept my scream in the sound, too, which I thought was really funny.
Nice, nice. I just can't imagine somebody going... You ever watch Psych? You ever seen the TV show Psych? When Gus screams, I adore that, but I could never hit that octave. It's not a scream, Travis. Still not a scream, Travis. Yeah. I'm just not a screamer. I'm a giggler.
I mean, giggling when you're scared can be amusing. I mean, that could be a thing.
Oh, no, when scared, I'm sorry. Right, that's a different thing. Never mind.
I mean, I sometimes laugh when I'm angry. So
You know what I had when I had a whole list of stuff for last night's show, and I'm debating whether I should go over it on today's show, since last night's show was essentially... Okay, good answer. It's interactive.
I was on mute. I'm doing my thing. What?
Last night's show...
I thought I had missed something. I was like, oh no.
Well, normally in the Monday night shows, in the beginning, in the intro, we go through kind of what went on the past week or whatever, and anything interesting or fortuitous, etc. And I didn't get to do that because last night's show bombed, canceled, done. Nature went, shh, and we did. So I'm just torn between should I go into that stuff or not. This is where you two get to give an opinion. I don't care.
I mean,
I'm on mute. I'm sorry. I was finding the link to the movie. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. What did you want to say?
You weren't listening again, were you? You're like, oh, talk.
Yeah, that's stuff I wanted to go over last night. Yes. Go over it today. I'm getting ready to post a movie to the Pork Chop 2 slasher film that Angela's in, so everybody go check it out.
You know that when I first heard about you being in this, it reminded me of Big Bang Theory, where Penny was in the Ape movie.
Oh my god.
It's no, I haven't seen yours. I haven't seen hers either, just so you know. But yeah, is it a great cheeseball movie?
Oh yeah, there's even like a musical number where we were just me and the other lead actor were just goofing off when we were going over lines, and we started singing them like we were in a Disney film. And the director decided to have us do 2 takes, one take where we were just saying our lines and acting it out like we would normally do, and one take of us just singing in the field that we were in. And then he kept the singing part. And, yeah.
That's
we
great.
didn't expect that.
That's great.
So
I know what I'm watching tonight.
It's a good cheeseball movie. Like it's indie horror at its finest, and I love it. It's still one of my favorite films I've worked on, just because it was such a great time. It was basically like a week in the middle. It was the perfect setting for a horror movie. We were in West Virginia, and we were about 10 miles away from any cell phone signal. So like I'm telling my dad, I had to drive 10 miles down to a Food Lion to get signal on my cell phone so I could call my dad and be like, hey, I'm here. I'm not going to have cell phone signal all week. I might have Wi-Fi. And he's just like, wow, so you drove to West Virginia to be in a horror movie. You have no signal on your phone. This is sounding like it's not a horror movie, actually. So I was like, no, it'll be okay. So it was, and we filmed it all in 1 week at, yeah, it was great. It was really fun, like fond memories of that one. So.
Now, are you in part 1 also?
No, I'm only in part 2, 3, and then the film that comes after them called Pig Girl. So they made 4 films that have to do with the Pork Chop franchise. The first one was filmed like 10 years before the second one was or something. I don't even know it might have been like 4 or 5 years. I don't know exactly, but I'm not in the first one. I'm only in the second, third, and then Pig Girl.
Gotcha. That's great. Have you seen Zombieverse, by the way?
I have not seen Zombieverse.
It's a fun film worth watching just for a good time. It's and it sounds like...
I do love cheesy horror movies, so...
This is great. And it's actually really well made. It's got good direction, good cam work, clean script. It's really well made. It's just a low budget B horror flick.
Sweet.
And yeah, I tell you, it's one of those films, if I was in it, I don't care what people say, I would have been proud to have been in it. I'm not in it. So I'm not proud.
Well, if you watch Pork Chop 3 and Pig Girl later on, I actually did all the makeup work for those too. So Pig Girl actually got an award at Fright Night Film Fest a few years ago too. So that was kind of cool. So yeah, I got to do some really cool stuff of like hitting someone with a machete, a fake machete.
Oh.
Not a real one.
Like you do.
Yeah, like you do. So fun stuff. So
it's better than piñata. Don't try that at home, kids. Make sure it's at the neighbor's house. So okay, now we'll backtrack a little. And again, if this stuff isn't fun to talk about, I don't have to talk about it. I could wait till next Monday and then have the... Okay, so this past weekend... The hell? Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Cat... That was hilarious. That was a cat laying on part of the keyboard and setting off the music.
My cats are being good.
Normally she doesn't lay between the computer and the keyboard, but she is today. And thank you for the, I don't know what was that, a cheer or follow? I can't tell what the hell just happened.
It was bits. I threw bits.
Oh, it was you. Okay, thank you.
You threw bits.
At my face.
Behave.
So, I made a couple YouTube videos this past week. And see, this related to everybody last night. There's one of the cat that you saw, the black and white cat. Just of her being stupid stuff. By the way, she gets stoned off bleach. Bleach is like catnip to her. So, yeah.
We don't let her drink it or anything, but when we clean, she gets really happy.
Hope you don't let her drink it.
Do your shot of bleach, kitty.
She won't be alive, kitty, very long.
No, she wouldn't be, but no, she's
And
good.
whenever I wash laundry and use bleach, she's all loving on the wash machine. It's weird.
So what do you do for Mother's Day? Anything? I guess you were recording, right?
Well, Mother's Day, I was just chilling out in, like, Albany, New York, because I had played a concert in Beacon, New York the night before at a Doctor Who-themed restaurant called the Pandorica.
Nice.
So
what was that like? You got pictures?
I do. I'll be posting some on my social media stuff. I've posted a couple on my Instagram, so if people want to see them, you can go check out my Instagram. Instagram.com/Angelise. I know there's links somewhere. I don't know.
Andrew will drop them as we go.
Yeah, I put it in there and for the videos, so we're good.
Sweet. But yeah, so that was really cool. There were five ukulele ladies that all came out and played. Most of them were from the north of, I live in North Carolina. I'm from Virginia. So I came the farthest out of everyone. It was about a 12-hour drive. And got to play at this sweet Doctor Who restaurant and then hang out with some friends. So it was a good time. So I spent Mother's Day hanging out with friends.
You didn't happen to get a selfie video of the ukulele ladies going, "Hi, this is Angela, this is so-and-so," and you're getting toasted on Talk of the Tavern?
I did not, because it was a little crazy.
I understand.
So right before we all got there and ate before the concert.
Good choice.
And then and we were all sitting at different tables because there was large groups. Like the girl that was hosting it, Kat Smith, who you can check out on Patreon and YouTube and stuff. She's really cool. She does some nerdy music. She was at a table with her family, and then there was just a group of us all sitting together. So, but I do have video of my set for the concert that I'll be putting up on YouTube. My patrons and people who supported my Kickstarter will all get to see it today, once I am done with this and edit it and put it up on YouTube. And then tomorrow, everyone in YouTube world will get to watch my set.
Very cool.
Including the finale where we did Always Look on the Bright Side of Life with all five of us singing and playing it.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, that sounds great. Hard to do unrehearsed.
It's fun. But I mean, like when I do it at conventions, when I play shows, I make it a big sing-along. So
it's a good choice. It's a good choice. I remember you offering it up, and people chose whatever else you offered instead of Bright Side of Life. I'm like, oh, that missed.
Well, I did play it at RavenCon. And it was actually requested. Someone had seen me play it with Terry Malloy and Kat Smith and Emma at Region. And so someone found me at RavenCon and asked me if I'd play that during the concert. And I was like, yeah, sure, I've got it with me. And play it.
Oh, very cool.
Because it wasn't one I had rehearsed, so I was like, yeah, I still have the song sheet with me. You can do this.
You can figure it out. It's
yeah.
Oh, I lost that other question. This is why I keep the pad in front of me most of the time. Except this time.
I write everything down. I'll forget everything.
Well, talking, when you see, or else if we're in your music, in one of your songs, and you see me writing, it's probably something I want to ask. And speaking of
You're just not paying attention. That's okay. I understand.
I am hanging on your every word. I am dazzled by you, and that's why I can't think of what else to say. I'm just stuttering and hemming and... I did it again, see? Anyhow. Let's play another song. You up for some Hall of the Mountain King?
Yeah, let's do the Hall of the Mountain King.
You want to tell us why you chose this one?
Well, this was actually, I gave my best friend Mariah 3 pieces to choose from because she wanted to do a music video, but she wanted to film it and kind of script it out. And normally when I do mine, I do storyboards and I completely script out my music videos and I hand that to the guy who's going to be, or the girl who's going to be filming it. And we work out a shot list together for them. But she wanted to do one, and so I let her come up with the full story for it. We went out to this really cool old graveyard in Stanton, Virginia that had, cool statues and everything, and we filmed this music video. So, yeah, we picked in the Hall of the Mountain King because it was one of the 3 pieces that I wanted to do, and it was the one that Mariah picked.
Very nice. And for anybody who's watching, I believe Angela will be posting a link to that video. Let's go ahead and play this. Oh, wait, let's play this instead. Thanks. Sometimes the ending comes on and next music comes on. So, very cool. What's your next? Where are you appearing next? What are you doing after?
Let me look at my calendar. I don't know where I'm at all. Okay, so my next convention I'm going to be at is Animazement in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm judging their costume contest, and I'll just be running around in costume all weekend. I do keep my ukulele on me for some of the convention, but for the most part, I'm just cosplaying, hanging out, and judging their costume contest. The weekend after that, I'll be at Con Carolinas in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's the first weekend in June. I'm not playing there either. I'm just going to be on panels. But I will have my ukulele with me, so I do rent, like, I've had people stop and be like, oh, hey, will you play this for me? And if it's one that I just automatically have memorized, yeah, I always stop and play it. Or we'll sit down and play and sing random stuff. So, yeah.
I got one I want you to learn.
What?
Talk of the Tavern theme. And just...
Okay, send it to me.
Okay. And then just record yourself doing it, and then I could play alternate themes by different artists.
I'll see what I can do.
It's and hello to Tall Sally. Elizabeth, good to see you. Are you taking a break at school and sneaking a peek of Talk of the Tavern? That's our Monday night.
And just so you know, that's Pickle Lady Angela.
I knew who it was.
Okay.
Because Tall Sally. There we go.
Yeah.
It's we saw a episode of Supernatural last night that reminded us of Tall Sally. It was all about Amazons, very strong women who kill men.
I thought it was all about pickles.
Have you seen all of Elizabeth's films?
I haven't seen all of them, no.
See,
but I've got to hang out with her at MarsCon a bunch. We judged the costume contest together a couple times, so.
We actually watched Zombievers with Elizabeth. And her as a filmmaker, she enjoyed it too. As far as I remember, hey Mo, say hello, Mo. See, I get these folks on, and I always want to put them together with our guest, who I know they would work well with. Because I can imagine you plucking out a horror theme music for one of Elizabeth's family-friendly pickle horror movies.
Do you like some? I mean, it could be like the song that the pickle's singing. She can make a little ukulele for the pickle. I don't know how it would play it with its tongue or something, because they don't really have arms. But
it could play it just by bouncing, by raw energy. Customers can't sneak past her awesome eye. That's what Elizabeth says about you. There's Mo.
Well, thank you.
Oh, you got your surprise mail. Bet you didn't know that was coming. Thanks for the cheer. It's you probably know Mo also, if you remember at MarsCon or RavenCon, us introducing you to Tara and Mo at a table where they were selling their books and art and whatnot.
Maybe. I'd have to see a face.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
We know how it is, but they're good people to know. They're fun people to know, that's for sure. See, Pickles.
Fun's always good.
Pickles do have arms, says Elizabeth. You just can't see them.
Oh, they're invisible arms. Okay.
It's like camouflage.
You can add some cucumber vine leaves to it.
Cucumber tentacles?
Is Toei watching?
Pickle hentai?
Toei?
I don't see Toei. I think Toei is broadcasting today. Oh, no, today's Tuesday.
No, because I couldn't say it last night.
I know.
I was going.
Go ahead.
I was going through all my comics and fics and things because I have like so much crap here, and I come across this awesome comic I got years ago, and I look at who wrote it, and it was Toei. So I've been a fan before I even knew who she was.
Now, I'm forgetting names. It's amazing. What a day it's been. Angela, are you watching Twitch right now, or are you watching the chat scroll?
I am not.
Okay.
I can turn Twitch. Oh, let me turn Twitch on my phone so I don't have to worry about it.
You don't have to. I'll
just
read
put it on
noise.
Yeah, I just didn't want to not read something if you're not watching, or read something if you're already reading it.
There we go.
But Elizabeth says that she would be honored to have you work on with Pickleman on a song.
Just let me know. Like, totally. We can totally make this happen.
I feel like there needs to be a pickle superhero flick. I feel like you need to write a heroic ukulele pickle song.
Oh, this could happen.
See, I don't know if this is too common and too easy of an idea where it's not creative enough to put a cape on the pickle and have them... Oh, Elizabeth likes the idea. See, I thought it was just me. But yeah, I can imagine Pickle Man as a hero swooping down to rescue all the little gherkins who are in trouble. We would totally support this on Talk of the Tavern. If it's a 5-minute film, it could be a refill break.
We can do a Kickstarter.
Oh, I think Elizabeth might have been talking about pickle hentai because she said
the
pickle inside of me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the superhero or the hentai that she's excited about, but there you go.
Yep.
Oh, did you subscribe to us also, Angela?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that. We have Amazon Prime, so we rotate our subscriptions to the people we like the best. So it's and especially
Once you get on your Twitch and you're doing your broadcast and stuff, let us know. We'll pimp you. We'll get people to subscribe, and we'll put you on our rotation.
Yeah, no, once I actually get moved into the new place, I have it set up where I've actually put my sewing table out. I'm not going to clutter it with sewing stuff. So hopefully, as long as I keep it clean, it's going to be partially my laptop station and then partially my sewing station, because I have this awesome sewing table my grandma gave me when I graduated from grad school. So we'll see how that goes. I have this whole setup. I actually have
Bye, Elizabeth.
Bye.
And she needs your
email. I actually have.
Sorry.
I will message you on Facebook, and we can make this happen.
Go on.
But yeah, no, I actually set up a whole place just to film for my YouTube videos too in this room, which is smaller than my room was because the sides of the walls are going in because it's the top of the house. So I keep hitting my head in my new room because I'm not used to the low ceiling. But yeah, so hopefully I'll actually have where I can set stuff up, and if the internet's not horrible there, I can start streaming on Twitch more.
Well, we'll definitely help you out with that, show you some other acts that do it in confined spaces so you can compare and get ideas of how to set up. And then when we hit 250 subscribers, we want to do a 24-hour broadcast. So when we get to that point, whether it's next week or 2 years from now, I'll be looking for other people to bring on during that.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah. People we like to help keep us awake.
Oh, you guys have a cute little kitty on your stream.
We do. If you type !disco, it will dance for you.
Oh! Exclamation point.
Disco.
Doing it.
Give it a second. It'll be right along.
Oh, yeah. It's sleeping like cats do. Now it's stretching.
Well, we do have a delay, so you have to give it a couple
of seconds. It's dancing! Oh, how cute is that?
Now, if you want to make it eat, it's exclamation eat.
Oh, goodness.
I know. It's just like being in our house for real. And then there's also, it'll be fierce if you type exclamation rawr, R-A-W-R. Is that all we have? Disco, eat, raw. There he goes.
Yeah, because they only allow 3.
That's so cute. It's still sleeping. Cats don't do that. They hear food, they go. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's eating sushi?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, my goodness.
And this is one of the free things you can get for your stream. So if you want a kitty of your own, or you could get like little robots or dragons or whatever. And the tip cup there, we've had people fill it and then drop money in and it explodes everywhere. So
that's cute. That's cute.
It keeps us amused, but we're easily amused.
I am too. Don't worry. I'm totally easily amused. But I just saw a kitty and my brain went kitty.
Mm-hmm.
Squirrel.
As ours does too. It's
well, and you can have all of this on your channel when you're set up. Just let us know.
Yes.
Yeah, we're happy.
All the kitties.
All the kitties everywhere.
Mhm.
Let's see. Oh, I'm hearing all the machines outside, which I guess it's better than gunshots and police sirens.
Which is normal. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here in the country, when you hear gunshots, you're not like, oh, somebody's getting killed. You're like, oh, our neighbors are drunk again, and this is normal. But at least probably nobody's being harmed on purpose, at least. Hold my beer.
That bear got my shotgun. Coming after me.
That could be Pickle Man's enemy. A can of beer. Yeah, but we have it's like when we were on with Feline and Strange. Now they're in Berlin, so we'd hear like police sirens 2 or 3 times during the show went by. And here, yeah, we just have big work trucks that are cutting up the trees across the road and loading them on. It's all good. There are worse noises, though. Today I did. Normally, on a nice day where the temperature is reasonable, we'll open the windows, put fans in them, etc. Today, it is just way too humid. Yeah.
I got cats in the windows since they're open.
Yeah, we don't have ours open because the humidity would just be nasty today. I went outside.
And my old cat wants to escape. She's too old to get out.
Well, none of these kitties want to go outside. They think they might, but they don't. The one in the window is actually the world hide and seek champion. She got downstairs in the basement, and we thought she had gotten out.
Oh
no!
And and then finally found her because she had gotten downstairs and didn't even come for like wet food. It was pretty crazy. That's some insane stuff right there.
I know you said you're moving to Eastern North Carolina, and I don't want to give out too much information on air, but can you tell us what city? And I'm only asking because we make it down there once in a while.
It's near Wilmington.
Okay.
It's not Wilmington, but it's near Wilmington.
Wilmington is good enough. Matter of fact, we have an outing planned with Skipper to Wilmington.
The dinosaur guy.
And Andrew, you want to? You remember what it is better than I do. Okay. It's like a museum of the bizarre.
I have it right here.
Okay.
I have it right here.
Okay.
See, I have a list of places to go. It is Museum of the Bizarre in Wilmington, North Carolina. It's open on 11 to 6, and it's only $3 per person. We're going to go. Sweet.
So we'll make a road trip, and when we do that, we'll make sure we...
Be a dry artsy, so it worked out.
Okay. I don't know if you guys realize.
You're back.
We had a brownout, so it stopped everything.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. Are we still connected to... Give me a second. I'm seeing if Twitch is still broadcasting.
I see you on Twitch,
Uh-huh.
but I don't see...
Well, that's because...
because my computer's charged. That's why. Okay.
Right. I don't see me... Okay, there we go. It's coming back.
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, there we go. I see my music videos.
There we go. So there's not much I can do about that, but it's such as
at least
nature.
we still have power.
If my battery didn't fail last week. Anyhow, okay, we're going to go into a refill break real quick, and I'll see if I can't poke at things and get that working better. So it's we'll be back.
So yay, we're back now. Time for a break.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll be right back. Sorry to interrupt you, ladies. Sit right back and relax, or get up and get a drink and refill what you have, while the cast and cohorts and co-hosts of Talk of the Tavern do the same. Now here's the testimony of some of the great people we've had on Talk of the Tavern or previously on Sounds of Steam. Enjoy.
This is Gail Carragher, author of The Finishing School and the Custard Protocol series, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Aiden Sivart, Steampunk Indiana Jones.
Hey, this is Scott.
This is Samantha.
And we're Frenchie and the Punk.
I'm Karen Kay, also known as the Fairy Lady and editor of Fame magazine, and also founder of Fairy Events.
This is K.W. Jeter, author of Infernal Devices and Fiendish Schemes.
Kircher here. I play Bifur in the Hobbit trilogy, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Trevor Crafts, executive producer and creator of Lantern City.
This is Lord Bobbins of TeslaCon. Huzzah!
Steampunk Funk Bazaar here, Lord Monty right in front of your radio.
Hello, this is Professor Elemental. When I'm not taking a bath in gin or trying to invent a new kind of badger, I'm listening. Oh, yes!
This is Stephen Davis of Raising Steam UK, 2-day Steampunk Festival in Reading. Enjoy.
I'm Thomas Williford of Brute Force Studios, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Commander Bob of Victor Sierra.
Je suis la légendaire princesse convertie de Victor Sierra.
Hi, my name is Sarah from Valentine Wolf.
Hey, this is Braxton from Valentine Wolf.
This is Aileen the Peacemaker, the founding editor of Beyond Victoriana, the multicultural steampunk blog.
Hey, this is Joseph C.R. Vortek, otherwise known as Electro Swing Neo Vintage DJ Vortek, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern. I hope you come out of it in one piece. I'm not sure I did.
And don't forget about our other shows during the week. Tunesday, Middle Age Gamers on Wednesday, and Virtual International Pub VIP on Thursdays. Make sure you join us there, 1 p.m. Eastern to 4 p.m.
Hi, my name is Ashley Rogers. I'm the organizer of the Copper Claw.
This is Calamity Dawn, mixologist of Airship Passepartout.
This is Commodore Lorpikar of Lost Saints Curiosities.
This is Jimmy Diggs of the Crypto Historians, reminding you that the future is in your hands.
This is Gabrielle Reel.
Hi, this is D. Clarence Snyder, writer of the Bright Future series, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Professor Marcus O'Bannon, the Chief Scientific Investigator for the Crypto Historians.
This is Lady Gatita of Nerdvana.
Hey, this is Angie Vello from Ghostfire.
This is Hannah Titania, Queen of the Fairies.
This is Jeff Platt of Highland Steamworks.
This is Danielle Ackley McPhail, co-author of Baba Ali and the Clockwork Gin, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern Radio.
Hi, this is John R. White, author of The Tales of the Airship Neverland.
This is Catherine Gleason, author of Anatomy of Steampunk, The Fashion of Victorian Futurism.
This is opera singer Katie Cat.
This is Keith Prusak of Bad September.
This is Captain James Barrington of the mighty Claxton.
This is Emily Leverett, and I'm the editor of Big Bad and Anthology of Evil, Volumes 1 and 2, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
Hola Radio Escuchas, les habla Lady Smoke de Sociedad de Steampunk Argentina y Sindicato Dieselpunk.
This is Melanie Grace with Live Steamy.
We are Warren and Betsy Talbot of MarriedWithLuggage.com.
This is Christopher Meeker, author of Hawthorne, Chronicles the Brass Hand.
This is Mickey Wonderland, Steampunk Fairy Princess of Wonderland with a fresh cup of Mad Hatter tea.
Hi, this is Margaret McGraw, author of the prompt writing blog WritersSpark.com, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
Hello, this is Mishkin from Bird Eats Baby.
This is Nim Derringer of Airship Hypatia.
This is Painless Parker.
This is Persephone Burroughs Dimebagger, co-captain of the Airship Hypatia.
This is Psyche of Psyche Corporation.
Ahoy, me darlings. This is Misty Massey, author of Mad Kestrel, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
I'm Ellie Ann from Steampunk Homes, author of Slice of Life and The Silver Sickle. Hope you enjoy the show.
This is Captain Jared Cornwall at the Melanie Rose.
Hi, this is Lucy Luminos with Tinker the Web Series.
This is Travis Fessler, the steam-powered circus freak from the Pickled Brothers Circus.
This is Scott Norman of The Wars of Other Men.
I'm Mr. Cat of the Cat in Black Art, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Wendy Callahan, author of The Cronus Clock.
This is Daniel Burrow, creator of Tefra, the steampunk role-playing game, Cheers and Gears, and Good Gaming.
This is Tempest Wolf, actor and producer of Tinker Web Series. Tinker by name, Tinker by nature.
This is Shelley Dusick, the captain of Vandalia Con, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
Did you know Talk the Tavern also publishes books? Make sure you look us up online. We're on Amazon.com.
And we're back. Let's see here. So, 2 o'clock, top of the hour, second hour. You know, we never did an opening toast.
Okay, let's do that now.
Do you have something, Andrea? You seem very excited.
Me? Yes.
Excellent. What do you got?
Tea.
Oh, no, I meant do you have a toast?
Oh.
Okay, we got this.
Well,
you know what?
Shit.
Here's to the people that I know that do so many things they never have free time, and they're happy about it. Here's to you, Angela.
I'm happy? What?
You're happy about being busy all the time. Des, good to see you. Let's give a little toast to Des there, too. Here, Des. Good to see you, man.
Toast to Des.
Yeah, 258 bits. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated.
Woo woo.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is it my turn? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. All right. Well, see, now we're going to talk about this on air. Makeup. Of course, I'll wait until you take a bite.
I'm off for some talking about some makeup. Let's do this.
Okay, what do you recommend for someone starting out?
Yeah. Watch some YouTube videos of actual good makeup artists, not stuff like that. If you're just starting out and you don't know what you're doing at all, actually ask a friend who does makeup really well. People get really frustrated with makeup because they don't know what they're doing, but a lot of times they just pick it up and try to go at it. And
thanks, Mo.
That's not always the best thing to do. So, yeah, and then lots and lots of practice. Everyone's like, oh, I'm so horrible at eyeliner. I can never get it to work right. Well, sit there and actually do it a couple times over and over and over. After the 10th or 11th time of messing with it, you're going to at least get okay with it. So, it's just lots of practice. It's like anything else. You have to work at it. So, says the girl who didn't put on any makeup for this.
So what's some products that you recommend that's not too expensive that you kind of started out with and liked?
Well, started out with, I don't even remember. I am not a fan of drugstore brands at all. I will occasionally buy the weird Wet n Wild stuff, because they've done rainbow highlighters and everything, but even then, I'm not a huge fan of those. I am a big fan of Ulta's brand. They make a rainbow highlighter that is amazing. You will have rainbows on your face if you put it on right, and it's $10. So it's fantastic. But no, there's an indie brand called JCat Beauty that is really inexpensive that I like to buy some stuff from. I generally buy lipsticks, eyeshadows, highlighters, eyebrow pencils, stuff like that from them, because they're all pretty good quality. I don't even know if they make a foundation. I don't generally buy really inexpensive foundations. I splurge for that and for face powder, because that's the stuff your skin's going to soak in on. And that's the stuff that you don't want super cheap going into your pores. So, but yeah, so just lots of practice.
Yeah, I was looking at the JCat Beauty, and it's good prices. It's really good prices, and they're very competitive with the drugstore brands. I like that.
And Ulta actually did sell some of their eyeshadows and lipsticks for a little while, and I actually discovered them because of Ipsy. I had gotten a lip color from them and an eyebrow pencil from them on Ipsy, and loved it, and then went to their webpage and bought more.
Oh, no.
Well, what you should really, really try out is Tarte. If you're allergic to like mica and stuff like that, Tarte is made without that. So I would check out that brand. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's because they're not using the cheap fillers for Mo.
Yeah, and I found that I really like Tarte because I have subscribed to the Ipsy Glam bag for the past few months, and I've gotten some Tarte products. I really like the powder, finishing powder, and their eyeliner. Love the eyeliner. I just
eyeliner. I use the potted eyeliner for them, and I get the eyeliner brush and do it that way because it's so smooth and it's so great. For Tarte, I also have like one of their eyeshadow palettes and stuff like that, and then I've used their foundation in the past as well. You really have to use their stuff up fast for foundation because it will start to cake because it doesn't have all of those like preservative fillers in it. But yeah, their lip colors also. If you buy their long-lasting lip, like the ones that actually come in the tubes that you have to take off and put on, those are the only kind of lipsticks I really wear now because they stay on forever. But Tarte's lip colors stay on for like hours and hours and hours. It's great.
So is it like this type of lip color? Or
yeah,
is it an actual stick?
It's that type, but it's not like a lip gloss or anything. It's an actual lip color.
Yeah, this is what I'm wearing today, and I really like it. It was made for Ipsy. It's called Unzipped. It's a liquid lipstick. It's really, really cool. I don't know if you can actually buy it, but yeah, you can.
Most of the stuff on Ipsy are different companies that have sent them stuff to mail out. So a lot of times if it has a specific name for it, you can find the company that does it.
Yeah, I just got this the other day and I found that there is a code for 30% off. It's really cool. I really like the bag. So
my favorite bag from them is the Gudetama bag. It's still my favorite. Because I love Sanrio and Hello Kitty. If you can't tell, I'm wearing a Hello Kitty shirt.
No, I can never tell from your Instagram and everything, and everybody who's on Instagram should follow her. She's got some really cool stuff on there. The cosplays and the Yuki stuff, and yeah.
I post a lot of cosplay photos. I actually do a lot of photo shoots in cosplay with my ukulele too, so because I do cosplay for my music videos.
Let's see. All right, I'm going to post the Instagram thing again.
My Instagram tag is also my Twitter tag, so they're both the same.
There we go. Instagram and Twitter. There you go. So do we have any more songs, or?
Yay, Gudetama! Love me some Gudetama. Sorry, I'm reading the comments.
Isn't that the egg?
That is the egg. That's a lazy egg. Gudetama and Agretsuko are like my favorite. If you haven't watched the Agretsuko TV show on Netflix, it is hilarious.
I've heard about
She's a little metal red panda. It's great. I think you would enjoy it, Travis. I think you would enjoy it.
Possibly. If it's silly and random, I do enjoy that sort of thing.
And random, and she's this little red panda who's so well... she's basically like me. She's always well reserved, but then she's like, yeah, fuck yeah. So
is what I'm thinking of, and I don't know if this relates at all. Do you remember the red pandas from Sing? The 4 red pandas who were auditioning? Have you seen the movie?
Have you seen Sing?
Haven't.
It's so fun. It's so fun. But anyhow, yeah.
There's 4 little red pandas that audition, and they're just adorable.
And they only speak, I don't know if they're Chinese or Japanese. I'm not good enough to recognize the language by ear. But they're all like, N-U-C-K, and it's all anime talk. And I'm like, they're cute. It's a... You know what I have decided is, this is going back to the Patreon thing. I'm looking for things I can give that is specifically just for patrons and whatnot, and I've decided I need Mo. Because I want to do a coloring book. I want to do a PDF coloring book to give away.
Hey, Mo!
I actually have coloring sheets on mine.
I saw that. That's what made me go, hey.
Yeah. I do a lot of really cute pug drawings.
Mm-hmm.
There was a couple of years ago, I did the October drawing thing where each day they gave you a spooky thing to draw, and I drew them all as pugs. I posted them all month, and then I did a couple more. Like, I was in Vegas for a weekend working a convention. It's actually when we were talking about my ankle. That's where I hurt my ankle. Was at that convention in Vegas. And I drew a little like pug as an Elvis and everything like that. And so like I started drawing pugs with ukuleles, and it's like my little mascot for the YouTube channel. So all my Kickstarter, anyone who pledged so much on the Kickstarter that I had all got a card with the ukulele playing pug, and a couple of the people that pledged actually got original pug art for it too. And I do the same thing for Patreon, and every Christmas people who pledge a certain amount also get a Christmas card from me that has the pug art on it, because I draw out Christmas cards with both of my pugs on them every year. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, Mo. And it won't just be you. I won't expect Mo to draw all the pages, but I figure even just 6 to 10 drawings, some of like what I've done, some of what Mo's done, etc.
Hey, Toey.
Is
Toey,
Toey
are
on?
you there, Toey? I think so. Look what I got, Toey. Look what I got, Toey. So excited. I found it in my collection. I got it years ago. Just saying.
And I'll get Elizabeth to draw a page or two for it also. Or just use some of her stuff that she puts up Monday nights after the show.
Oh, the board last night was great.
It was.
I'm very happy she did a board, even though we didn't do a show. I can't use my phone to show it, but...
Toey's there. Said who has time to color?
Me.
People who aren't creating stuff. Normal people.
Well,
the
see,
ones who
if they're
support the
family
Patreon.
friendly, then all these teachers can go and take them and give them to their kids in class to color.
I don't know if just having the tavern with a microphone and a beer on the logo, I don't know how well that alone is going to go for...
I meant if you had a pickle or if you had something
Oh,
else.
I could definitely have a pickle. Seen you into it.
I've actually thought whenever if I ever get invited to do shows just by myself or with like one other person, because this past week it was 5 of us, I've actually thought of printing them out and taking them to shows and like having them to give out.
Oh, are you going to be at Monster Fest or Fantasy? Have you heard of these?
Not that I know of.
They're Fantasy I think is 2 days, but Monster Fest is 1 day. They're both done at a library.
They're completely free events / conventions. So there's no charge for vendors and their table. There's no charge to get in the door. And so they're supporting literacy. They're essentially a book event.
That's cool.
But there's more to it than that, and I'll let Andrew go on with the rest.
Oh, there's more. Okay. Well, I don't know too much about Fantasy. I've only gone to that once, but Monster Fest has been run for several years, and it's like trick-or-treating. All the kids come in costume, and the vendors pass out candy. It's... I don't know what you want me to say, Travis.
I thought you had more. I just didn't want to interrupt.
No.
Wonder if I'll see Toey there. I'll be going to Fantasy, and I don't think I've been accepted to Monster Fest yet. It's because the applications just came out a week or 2 ago, and they're probably still deciding.
Well, sometimes we just go anyway.
Oh yeah, it's especially if we
Just
have
crash that party.
Absolutely, we'll support the vendors.
I mean, they have costume contest vendors. They have live music, which is cool. And then afterwards, they usually do movies.
Well, I know you find lots of cute things at conventions because I still have my pug.
Oh, I got that when we were in New York. There was this girl, and she makes them, and I'm like, need to get one.
It went on my ukulele case. It came off after a while because it's a cute little charm on a case that I carry around a lot. But I still have him. He's still chilling out on my bedside table.
Awesome.
Toey, I'll make sure I start sending you information as I get it. I'll see if I can find you an application for both those things and get it over to you. It might be too late. And one of them is
Raleigh SuperCon's going to be fun. I wish I was going to be in town for that one.
What's that one like?
It's just a big like comic convention type thing in Raleigh. But they have a group that I work with a lot, the Fan Dames, which is a geeky group where we go to different conventions and we have like a cosplay repair station and stuff like that. A bunch of the girls from that are guests for the cosplay stuff for that.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
And we do panels and stuff like that too. So they were a bunch of them are going to be there. So I was really excited, and then I found out I was going to be in Los Angeles for all of July. So I don't get to do
I was going to
anything.
say, you're going to be in California, but hopefully you'll be able to join us on Talk of the Tavern.
I know. I hope so.
For the
So we
Geeky
have to work
Educator
that
Show, yeah. You know what? I'm looking at that, and we're getting so much interest in that week. Maybe we should just make that a whole education week. And
Yeah, why not? Because we have a Gen Punk week, so
Mhm.
we'll have an education week when all the teachers are out of school.
Yeah.
pretty much. You know what we need? We need some international teachers, some overseas teachers, so I can bring them on. Who do we know in the UK or Europe? Or anywhere, really.
That are teachers. I don't know. Talk to Kevin. He may know some.
Get some geeky international teachers on and talk about that.
So if you're international and you're listening, drop us a line if you're an educator and would like to be on the show.
Or know someone. And by educator, we say educator instead of teacher because that is a broad spectrum thing. If you're part of a community group that brings kids in after school, still an educator. If you give piano lessons, still an educator. It's a broad spectrum term because we don't hyper focus. We're everywhere.
Well, I mean, for the longest time, I used to work at a school and then come home and teach 3 hours of music lessons every day, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, private lessons were how I made my money during college.
There you go.
I did mine private dancing. You know, related that, I never got to go to college. Yeah. Your uncle.
Mo said their uncle's an educator. So what kind of educator, Mo?
But is he fun?
Oh.
I only know what your mother has said about your uncle. I know he has a Twitch channel, though. Well, they apparently, you know, have different views on some things. So, because as siblings will, you know, so if he's cool, laid back, and fun, then absolutely, Mo, I'm all over it. If you're trying to give me to an uptight Slovakian, what?
No.
Slovakia.
That's
Isn't
a
that
no,
where the
Mo.
Avengers like blew up the city? That was Slovakia, right? Are they recovering well? I put their flag up on my Facebook profile.
My ukulele is from Slovenia. Is that like the same place?
There you go.
You know, I wonder if there's like a Thanos flag I could put over, you know, I stand with Earth, you know, after the ending of Avengers 2, which we haven't seen, but so many people have mentioned it.
But I know what happened.
Yeah, we're familiar with the ending. Have you seen it, Angela?
I have seen it. I just stopped myself from saying stuff.
That's why I quickly threw out there that we haven't seen it, but yeah, it's with the...
I don't care. See, after hearing what has happened, I'm like, we cannot watch this in the movie theater. We have to watch it at home. I need to press pause and have commentary. You can't do that in the theater.
I went to the theater in a Miss Marvel sweater, and like 3 people knew I was wearing something that was Carol's. It was really amusing.
Nice.
Just like, wow. The couple next to me, the husband was giving the wife commentary on who each of the characters were.
Good times.
I don't think she had really seen any of the other films.
What would you
I was
say?
like, why would you take them to that one of all films at
But-
first?
And I don't think you need to watch all 20 films or whatever, but I say,
Have to watch Thor 3.
Well,
That leads right into it.
I would say the first Avengers movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, Civil War,
Captain America.
Thor 3, but not even all of Captain America, just the third one is okay.
Yeah.
And Thor 3, and then,
And Iron Man. You really need to watch Iron Man and Spider-Man as well.
yeah, I guess, but they don't tie directly in, and she's gonna know who Iron Man and...
But for Spider-Man, you get so much more from that character after seeing Tom Holland's Spider-Man
Gotcha.
movie.
It's much
Yeah,
more
because
emotional.
that character plays a very large role in the film. So you really need to have seen Spider-Man Homecoming to get the full effect of that character.
Black Panther comes out on DVD today.
Today, yeah. No, I'm super excited about that. If you haven't seen that one too, go see that. Holy cow. Go see it.
Get that.
It's fantastic. You should also probably watch Black Panther before watching that movie because it'll make some of the interactions with some of the characters a lot funnier too.
So there you go. Only 23 movies to see, and then you can see it.
Well,
but my parents haven't seen it. They wanted to see it. I was like, well, you need to watch Thor 3 before you go see it because my dad's kept up with all of them. Like, my dad's the reason I got into comics. And so I was like, but you guys need to watch Thor 3 first. And so he was like, oh, okay. Well, yeah, you could read the comics. That's what I did, but they changed so much. So much.
Toey says, or you could just have read the comics anytime in the last 40 years and you'd be good.
Which is
yeah, but my mom despises comics. I worked at a comic shop for 15 years, so from like the end of middle school until middle of college.
Did you get a lunch break?
I did at some point, yeah. But that was my first job, was working at a comic shop, and my mom is not a fan of comics, but she likes the Marvel movies. So it's that one thing where she doesn't really have the attention span to sit there and read comics or books, but she can sit there and somewhat watch a movie. My mom's also horrible at spoiling stuff, so I have to watch everything before she does, or she's going to be like, oh yeah, that movie where such and such happened, and I'm just like...
Now, have you seen the television show The Good Place?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Now,
you going to tell me the ending right now?
No, I'm going to avoid, which is why I asked.
My mom would do.
We had a friend recommend it, and we're like, oh, that sounds good. We'll watch it, because the premise is these people went to the good place, and they're working through, because they weren't necessarily good people in life, so they're a bit like, And we're standing there as our friends are recommending the show, and we're like, oh, that sounds pretty good. Ted Danson, best you've ever seen him. Not that he's ever been really great, but in this he is. Their adult child then says, oh, and it's really great when you bleep spoiler ending alert. And he totally dropped the last episode bomb on us. And we're like, great. Now we know what the whole thing... Yeah.
My mom's very good at going, have you watched Walking Dead yet? And I'm like, no, I haven't seen it this week. And she's like, oh, such and such, blah, 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 dies, blah, blah. I'm just like, la, 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 la. It's gotten to the point where she asks something, I just walk out of the room. I'm just like, I'm not even answering you right now.
We're not talking!
Yeah, that's the one thing. My mom really liked Walking Dead. I was just like, who are you?
Interesting.
So when I worked San Diego Comic-Con last year, all the lanyards were Walking Dead lanyards. So I was like, oh, I'm bringing my mom a present home. She's getting a Walking Dead lanyard.
You know, Here's a interesting tidbit. I had not seen anything but the first season of Walking Dead until about 3 or 4 months ago. When I finally sat down going, well, it's made it this long. Obviously, it has some lasting power and some value. So, and everybody geeks on it. So let me watch it. And I watched it all on Netflix in a couple months. And now...
He did not sleep. He just watched it.
Well, actually, what I found it is for writing, here's this horrible situation people are enthralled with, and it's not the situation. It's their character development and the way they unfold over a length of time instead of a bunch of expansion in one episode. And that's the captivating force. But I also recently just started watching Supernatural. And by recently, I mean like a month ago. And now I'm on season 7.
Supernatural.
I
love Supernatural.
My favorite part of Supernatural is them poking fun at themselves. And, you know, the convention episode, or when they went to our world, the real world, and they were just actors instead of, you know...
That was so funny.
When they're stuck in the television, TV land episode.
The horror movie episode is great, especially when you find out some of the actors in that scene are Power Rangers.
Nice. You talk about the classic horror movie? The one with
the one where they're like in a they're going to be in like a cabin in the woods style horror movie.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did. We watched it.
Did I?
It's not super memorable. It's just memorable to me because some of the actors in it were Power Rangers, not like original Power Rangers, but like a season or two before that show came on.
Oh, we worked with some of the original Power Rangers. They were great. The Japanese ones.
And Mo says, I love The Good Place. I was lucky that my boyfriend was eating for most of it. Otherwise, he would have spoiled it. Thank goodness for huge pizzas that I couldn't eat and his loathe for leftovers. It's, I've enjoyed all these, and they're...
I want pizza. Thanks, Mo.
If we go visit, what's his name at the cigar shop after this? Oh, another kitty. I tell you what.
We have a Sansa kitty. She wants to go run around, but this is Sansa.
Hi, Sansa.
Oh, hi, kitty. She's the only one who's not related to all the kitties.
Let's play while you cuddle your Sansa, or release her into the wild. Let's play the Zelda medley, okay?
Okay.
And then you could tell us a little bit about it. You know what? We can geek out over video games after this.
I have a really funny story about this music video after we're done.
Awesome. Here it comes. I think I like that one best so far. Tell me about the background music to that. Did you do all that?
No, that was Robert Thomas, who is a composer that lives in New York, that does all my background tracks for me that aren't just like instrumentals that I record. So basically, he either does the background track first or I record first, and then he puts it together. But for that one, he actually did it all and then sent it to me so I could play along with it, because there were no tempo markings for me. So I don't know how fast or slow to play if I don't have a tempo marking. So I can sit there and see it with the metronome and play it like that. But the piece itself, I arranged. So it was the main theme to Zelda, Zelda's Lullaby, and then figure out the name of the other one. Give me 1 second. I think it's like Whispering Woods or something. I'm looking at my music real quick to see, because I have it all written down in the music. All my music's mixed up because of the Lost Woods and then the Lost Woods theme. So it was all 3 different pieces all thrown together. So
nice. You said you had a story about the video.
So when we filmed that video last year in May. And we went out into the woods in Asheboro, North Carolina. One of my friends, his dad owns a lot of land, and it's all woodsy, and there's this cool waterfall. And so I was actually still in the boot because I had just had ankle surgery a few months prior to that. So I took the boot off for the video because I was allowed to take it off for like a couple hours a day. So I made my couple hours where I was going to be climbing up and down rocks. Probably not the best thing. But so we went out, we filmed in this watery area on the rocks and over by trees. And then we went behind because I wanted to climb up onto the top of the waterfall. And so we climbed in the back, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it was an open area. It wasn't any water or anything. So I was like, oh, it just looks like it's a little bit of mud. So I get in it, and it goes up to my knee, and I'm just like, oh, goodness, because like it was 5 of us on set that day. So my camera guy went back with me to help me get up on the rock. And all of a sudden, like, I screamed. And the two of the girls that were working were like, that doesn't sound good. And then I start yelling like rodents of unusual size, because it's like quicksand. And they're just like, oh gosh, did they just find an animal back there? Because I'm stinking, and like my camera guys come over and is like pulling me out. I'm glad it was towards the end of the shoot because my poor boots were just covered in mud after that. I was like,
I'm sure your ankle was pretty unhappy too.
It wasn't too bad. Like I took that was May, and I took the boot off right before I left in June to go to Los Angeles for the summer to work. So I mean, I took the boot off myself. They made me wear it for 6 months, but I mean, yeah, it was an interesting time.
So did you save any outtakes from that so you could do a Princess Bride one?
I don't, sadly, because the camera guy and I walked back without the equipment because the thing was we were going to get me up there and then they were going to bring me the ukulele and then we were going to film it because they were going to film on the other side of the waterfall area where it was pretty and watery and rocks and me up there playing. So it was really cute. But yeah, because there was this really cool rock wall, but right when you got over to where the waterfall area was and you could climb up, it was just filled with like vines and everything, and I wasn't even going to try because there's probably like tons of poison ivy in there. So I wasn't going to try to climb up that way. I was going to try to climb up through the back. Yeah, it didn't work.
But the video's great.
The video was really fun. I really like how it turned out. Maya, who does all my editing, did a really, really good job with that one. So she actually filmed the Star Wars video too that we had from the Star Wars piece. She filmed and edited that one.
So, do you have another video you're going to be working on here soon?
There is one that's already been shot that just hasn't been edited yet. And Maya had told me she was going to work on trying to get that out so we can release it next month. We shot a video for Everybody Wants to Rule the World. It's the Tears for Fears song, but it's actually the version that Lorde did for the Hunger Games soundtrack.
Nice.
So it's a little bit slower than the original song. And so that one's already been shot, and the piece is done. Actually, it's one of the ones that I sent to you guys to play.
Right. I have it the last in the playlist so we could go out with it. Well, 20 minutes before we leave. But
well, and isn't it your Patreon people that get first access to the video when it's done?
They get to see it. It's like 3 or 4 days early normally. For the Star Wars video, they saw it a day early because I tried to keep it as close to May 4th as possible because it was released for May the 4th.
I just put the Patreon link again, so if anyone wants to support her and get videos early, there you go.
I think it's my $5 tier that gets to see videos like 3 or 4 days early for music videos, and then for regular weekly videos, I release videos every Wednesday. They get to see it a day early. So, but it's my regular Wednesday videos are either me playing covers or I do cute little Kigu ukulele lessons where I'm wearing a Kigu and teaching you how to play the ukulele.
What's a Kigu?
Or a Kigu is this giant onesie that are all different animals and stuff that are really, really popular in Japan. They're called kigurumis. And I have a couple different ones. I have an otter one, which is really adorable. Nice. Little otter hands.
I love otters.
We have an otter. I love otters too. So I have an otter one, I have a Hello Kitty one, I have a pug one, I have a dragon one. I think that's all the ones I have. So I'm wearing those, and teaching lessons. The first lesson I did, I was wearing the dragon one. I filmed that one actually at Mysticon, just in the hotel room, teaching people the strings and the ukulele. And yeah.
I think you mentioned before that you're fluent in Japanese.
I am not fluent, but I have taken many years. I can speak it very roughly because I don't use it enough. So I took 5 years of Japanese and 3 years of Mandarin Chinese. And because my minor in college was Asian studies, Asian language. And then my master's degree was ethnomusicology with a focus on Japanese and Chinese pop music. So.
Oh, well, maybe we can talk with you, because we want to do a Japanese culture show.
That'd be fun.
And you seem to have culture of the Japanese persuasion.
I know a little bit about it.
No, I know a little bit about it. You seem to know a lot more. That's really cool. So, okay.
I actually get to go this year.
Do you? When?
Oh, when are you going?
I'm going in October.
Nice. Nice.
That'd be lots of fun. So let me go grab this and show you guys because it's really, really funny and it has a funny story pertaining to a Japanese trip.
While you grab it, I'll play the next song. It's a little bit early from when I scheduled, but we'll do I Am the Doctor and you go grab that. We'll be back.
Okay, that works.
There we go. And after you show us what you have to show us, we can talk a little bit about Doctor Who and video games. You're muted. You're muted.
I'm muted, yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Say it all again.
When I was talking about Japan, when I worked at the comic shop, there was a customer that had just moved back from Japan. He was a civilian in the army. So when you come back and you exchange currency, you can't exchange coin, I guess. So he brought me this giant container, which is this.
Wow.
Filled with coin yen. It's about $400 to $500 worth of coin yen.
Nice.
And I went through and bagged it all and separated it and organized it. So there's like bags of just coin. Like
Nice.
just tons of coin. So I've been saving this since high school. Which was, I graduated from high school in 2001. So I have been saving this since before 2001 for the day I go to Japan. And so, like, I showed this to my dad, and he's like, "You're seriously going to take this? It's like 5-10 pounds."
Yeah.
And so he's like, "You're seriously going to?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's like $400 worth of yen. That's my spending money. What are you talking about?"
Absolutely.
Like, Japanese people are going to hate me for paying in coins everywhere, but come on.
That's great.
So, but...
That's great. I'm just imagining you're like, here, one more thing to complain about Americans about. Have a bag of coins.
There you go.
But then again, if they're like dollar coins, that type of situation.
Some of them are 100 yen, some of them are 500, some of them are like pennies though.
Mm-hmm.
And they're pennies, they weigh like nothing, like wind could blow them away. They weigh nothing.
I may have some of those.
We should give
I have a bunch of coins.
We should donate them.
It's probably 50 cents total.
But no, I went through and actually like wrote everything out and got on a conversion thing. I don't know how much it is right now.
Sure.
But when I did it like 15 years ago.
Ooh.
Oh no, I'm totally going to be going to all of those crazy gashapon machines. I am going to be getting all of the cute like toys that are in like the 100 yen. Yeah. Those are going to be going to machines. I'm responding to how
So you're going to take a empty suitcase with you and bring it back filled up?
What I want to do is take a full-size suitcase and pack my smaller suitcase and put it inside of it.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking about doing. That way, when it come back, I can just put all of my clothing in the big suitcase along with anything that I have to check.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else in the travel suitcase. But I have to be very careful because different countries have different size limits for what you can carry on a plane. So
let me ask you this. Tell us about these vending machines.
So gashapon machines. Okay, well, gashapon machines are just like the vending machines at grocery stores here, but they have really like relevant cartoon figures, or there are some that have underwear in them, stuff like that. Have you never heard of this? Okay,
No.
well they're not legal now. They used to be really popular, but they're not legal now. They actually had like vending machines that would have girls' underwear in it and stuff.
Like new? I'm guessing no.
Both?
Both. I mean, how do you get the right size?
Japan has a very large like sex industry, if you can't tell.
No, I never would have guessed.
I never would have guessed. So, but for the most part, gashapon machines are just like cartoon things, like figurines, stickers, cell phone charms. I have some Hello Kitty cell phone things that just because normally most of their stuff was at the top of it, whereas like my cell phone jack's at the bottom. So me having this Hello Kitty head sticking out of the bottom of my phone is kind of weird. But most of them are meant to be on the top. So
was there another topic?
I think the craziest vending machine I've seen recently had hair in it at the mall.
And like $80. It was like hair extension.
$80 for the cheap one.
Yeah.
It's like a vending machine for wigs?
Yeah, but not wigs. They were like weaves.
Not
just
wigs,
like
weaves.
a ponytail. And I'm just
But was it
going in
like
there.
human hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why it's expensive.
I just imagine going in there with like a pickle jar full of nickels.
Machine.
That would be a great video.
So, that's what I pictured you in a machine like that with your little yen.
You can buy food in vending machines too. Like they legit have like the coffee machines that'll drop the cup and give you the coffee and everything, or like snack machines. You can get ramen from a machine. So like
cooked or uncooked?
Oh, you got to take pictures of that.
Oh, I'm gonna be taking so many pictures. Like I, for the most part, will not have internet for most of the time I'm there because Wi-Fi is really weird, sparse depending on where you're at. But my goal is to just turn data off of my phone and take my cell phone and just use it as a mini computer.
Yeah.
Because this thing films in 4K, so
And
of course I'm going to take it.
Clear out your whole hard drive, unload all the pictures, all the videos, and then if you think of us, which I know you're busy, if I ever suggest these things, I'd never actually expect it to happen. But if you think of us and you're in front of something awesome, whether that means a sake bar or whether it means an ancient temple or just a street scene with all the lights behind you and everything, yeah, I'm Angela Pritchett, and you're watching Talk of the Tavern or getting toasted at Talk of the Tavern. Or,
you should remind me closer to the trip.
Yeah, and if you forget...
And we can bring you on after and you can tell us all the wonders you've seen.
Yeah, we'll do a 3-hour show talk about that. It's, yeah.
Thursdays is our international show.
So that definitely works with that. And we do have, we tried to do one Japanese culture show, and our guest really focused on his personal interests, which was apparently BDSM and hentai, as opposed to, but we want to redo it where we actually talk about the Japanese culture.
I have so many questions.
And Mo and Elizabeth will both be on that show because Elizabeth has lived there. Mo has a huge interest. Be a lot of talk about anime and different cultural moments, and as well as
Anime is the only thing we know from Japan, right?
No, not the only thing, but it is a big thing.
Ramen, bubble tea.
Yeah, ramen. Well, bubble tea is not Japanese. It's actually Thai, if I remember right.
Oh, that's
Thailand?
right.
That's Taiwanese.
Because my friend is Thai. She introduced me to that like many years ago.
Hey, Kennedy, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. We got Angela Pritchett today. Okay, so now I am just throwing topics at the wall here because we have the video game topic we could talk about, which that is something I wanted to talk about last week's Wednesday show just for a moment. Normally, we started out calling it middle-aged gaming because we were going to game and we're middle-aged, so we're not great at it. And we were going to make the comedy out of being horrible. And then we realized as we had game designers wanting to be on and this and that, we need something bigger than just gaming. So we changed it to Geekery. But last week, Andrea wasn't here. We didn't have a guest, so I sat down and hooked up the PS4 that I can stream directly from. And it has a video of me in the corner. And I played Fortnite, which is the most popular video game out there right now. Now, last week, they had incorporated Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet into Fortnite. So my thing was I am going to drink and hunt Thanos' glove. And I did. And I actually came out number 2 in one of the bouts, which I do it the crap-ass way. I sneak around and hide until, because I'm horrible at shooting people, at least in video games. Anyhow, yeah, I came in number 2, and it was it was cool. Do you like Fortnite?
So every time I work at the middle school,
Mm-hmm.
the boys at the middle school now know that I play video games and that I am regularly on Steam. And so every time I'm there, they're like, "Do you play Fortnite, Miss Pritchett? Miss Pritchett, do you play Fortnite? You should play Fortnite with us." Just like all these little 12-year-old boys. I'm just like, oh.
See, I've had Dez, who's a regular, who was on earlier in our chat. He's like, "Oh, I'll play with you." I'm like, dude, you were like a top-notch raider in World of Warcraft. You're going to hate playing with me because I suck, and I'm okay with that. That's
like my friends that I play Payday with. I'm so bad at Payday, but they still let me play with them.
Yeah, I am going to go have a good time.
The shooter.
I thought it was the board game. I'm sorry.
No, Payday is a first person. It's a shooter game. So basically, you're playing guys who are robbing banks and stuff.
Oh, Payday! I know it as a candy
masks,
bar.
So they have the masks on and everything like that. It's pretty amusing. I'm really bad at it, but the group that I play with, one of the guys is really, really good. So my stats are normally the lowest. But Fortnite is actually made. The company that makes it's out of Raleigh.
Is it?
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Well, I tell you what. Here's what we'll do. If you decide to play Fortnite, you're welcome to play with us, and we will suck together. On the other hand, if you know anybody that works at Fortnite, I would gladly go do a live video shoot there about the company, about what's going on, etc. See that? And Toei says, I had a 10th grader teach me how to play Counter-Strike Global Offensive recently. Yeah, I don't like the shooter games. They're not my thing. I don't hate them. I'm not against them. It's not my thing. I'm much more of a Lego guy.
This is why I play Legos. I like Legos.
I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley.
What is that?
It is this game. Well, I think now you can get it for the Nintendo Switch, but it's normally I play it on Steam, where basically you're a farmer and you have to make your farm and make friends with the people in town. But they have a co-op version that's coming out, so it's in beta. So me and some of my friends have been playing the co-op version where one of them is the head farmer, and the rest of us we have to make this farm work, and we have to be friends with the people in town. You have side quests where you're a miner or you're fishing. So it's like World of Warcraft, but for farmers.
Toei, did you hear that?
Plays farming.
She does farming simulators, and she's terribly amusing. Dry wit and clever, and...
I like when the cows get abducted by aliens.
Yeah, they don't have that here, but they do have a witch. Like my character ended up married. It's very, very progressive. So my character is a lesbian farmer who is married to the new age chick in the town.
Score.
So, and they just adopted a baby. The stork brought it. So it's very, very progressive too. So you can actually have like different relationships and like lesbian relationships now, which is really, really cool. And when you start the game, you put in what your favorite thing is, and I put in pugs, and I totally didn't even think about this. I forgot about this. And then it got to you find this thing called a star fruit or something, and it says once you take a bite into it, it reminds you of pugs. And I'm like, how does this thing know I like pugs? Because I didn't remember filling that out at the beginning.
Oh, that's so funny.
At least it understood the dog as opposed to pickup groups. Which is...
Well, you also get a cat or a dog in the game, too.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Get a pet.
So, let's see here. Okay. By the way, Toei says, not my favorite either, but I, quote, took lessons, more because the kid was excited about sharing the game. Yeah, we've all done that.
So nice.
You do that.
But I would totally play a shooter game with other people who are horrible just because we'd be amused. That's really the purpose. Only
the animals give birth in the farm sims I play with. Wow.
So wait. So only the animals can populate the earth, and how is the human race going to survive?
Oh, they're not.
Oh, so it's a happy ending.
Oh.
I don't have a lot of faith in the human race. I've seen the amazing things we've done over the past 200 years, and those scales are tipping. So what about what else do we have? We were going to talk about Doctor Who because you're like a huge Doctor Who fan, right?
I do. I love me some Doctor Who.
Are you one of those that get really defensive and upset when somebody's like, "Oh, I've never watched it," or "I didn't like it," or anything like that? Are you one of them?
No. Why would I be? That just gives me leeway to be like, "Come, child."
I like that attitude.
Yeah, she's nice about it.
I like that attitude. That's right, Kennedy. Screw the humans.
Not everyone's going to know about everything. Like,
I've had people tell me, well, I've never seen Star Wars and I don't want to. I'm like, oh, okay. It's fine. Doesn't bother me.
I used to get that from friends in high school because I was a huge Star Wars nerd. At the age of 7, I was going to marry Luke Skywalker. Not Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker. And I had friends because I was the only really nerd girl in high school. And all of my friends were just like, Star Wars, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to watch it. Now they're married, and they're like, so remember how I kept trashing on Star Wars and stuff with you? Well, I really like it now. My kid's really interested. She really likes it. My husband's a huge Star Wars nerd. I'm just like...
So what do you think about everybody just trashing? Like, before any Star Wars movie comes out, there's this tidal wave of people going, oh, it's going to be horrible because blah, blah, blah. What do you think about the latest movies? Starting with the new trilogy and the Independence.
Well, new trilogy, I mean, like, it's for a new generation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's for a new generation. They've tried to put some stuff in there to where old fans can still enjoy it, but it's for a new generation. So, I mean, like, you have to understand, they're better than the movies my generation got.
It's very true. Yeah, you had the middle movies. That's very true.
So we got the Phantom Menace. So, when
people are bitching about, oh, they killed off Solo and they killed off Skywalker and they didn't do their stories justice. Now, as somebody who saw the very first one to come out in the theater and got the first toys when they hit the shelf, I actually had a choice when I was 7, my 7th birthday. My stepfather took me to the store, Lionel Playworld, which is what preceded Toys R Us. And he went, do you want this really super cool racetrack where you put the cars on and they just go round and round and round and round and round? Or do you want the Death Star playset with a couple action figures? And I think this was one of the formative decisions of my life that helped shape my personality because I went with the Star Wars. And suddenly I was writing movies in my head or, I really feel this lent to my storyteller personality and career line now. But yeah, I don't have a problem. I like what they did with Luke. I felt like they gave him a grand ending. With Solo,
well, we don't know if it's going to be the end. We're going to get Force Ghost. Come on now, we're totally going to get Force Ghost. I'm super excited for Solo, legit super excited. Super, super excited. And that's really, really cool. Rogue Head 66 that you got to see Capaldi at New York Comic Con. He's so nice. I got to meet him at Region Who this past year in March.
I'm glad to hear that. Most of
so
the actors have been nice.
He is a huge fanboy. I actually, because I am a staffer for Regeneration 2, which is a Doctor Who convention in Maryland. If you've never heard of it, you should totally think about going to it. He was one of our main guests. Capaldi was. But we also had the voice of K9 there. And Capaldi's a huge Doctor Who fan. Like, huge nerd for Doctor Who. And during his interview, they asked him who his favorite companion was, and he said K9 because he has an off switch. And being funny. And so I took that as these two need to meet because they had never met. And like, because K9 was never in Capaldi's run for Doctor Who. And so, like, I went over and I said, hey, do you want to, like, maybe you should, like, go up behind him and be like, I do not have an off-switch master, or something like that. And so we actually worked it out where the voice of K9 snuck up behind Capaldi and said a few really, like, cute things. And there are some photos of this interaction. It is just great because Capaldi is such a huge Doctor Who nerd.
Good
and it is
Angela.
great.
Well done.
My two cookbooks are actually based off of Capaldi's first season and second season.
So, do you have a favorite Doctor?
I love the 12th Doctor, and I love the 8th Doctor. I feel like he was totally short at what he could get. If you've never listened to the Big Finish radio dramas for the 8th Doctor, you totally should.
That's Eccleston, right?
Fantastic. No, that's Paul McGann.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Eccleston was the 9th Doctor.
Thank you.
Paul McGann. His radio drama stories, like he meets Mary Shelley. He meets like all these really cool people in them, and he has some great companions. And his story also went on in the comics and Doctor Who magazine, which were really, really good as well.
Nice. That's good to hear. It's a lot of the newer, when they came out, the new one, starting with 9, Christopher Eccleston, it was the same in that it was cheesy and I do not mean offense with this, but cheap feeling. There is a charm to that for me. But it also totally brought it to the modern era in the feel, in the filmmaking, in the storylines, etc. So a lot of the folks who love the new ones don't really get the older ones.
Well, that's also because the filming style was so different. They filmed them like they were miniature plays. They didn't do a lot of cuts back then. So you get that whole like Dark Shadows feel to it.
Right.
With the style of the filming because they had to do wide angles, they had to do panning and everything like that because they weren't going to do a lot of cuts because that cost a lot of money back then.
Think of it as, for those of you that might consider watching some of the old ones and you didn't enjoy them, think of them as watching a stage production and give them that, because on a stage production we're very forgiving. We definitely use our imagination to fill in the blanks when watching something on stage, and the same with those, and realize we didn't bring in full soundtracks, and by that I mean music through 90% of a movie or a TV show or whatever until the mid-'80s. A little bit before that. Star Wars kind of did it where they constantly had a music backtrack, but all the other movies weren't really caught up yet. And now we do. Oh, by the way, Mo says, I love 11 and 4. See, the number, I've got to think.
Tom Baker is fantastic. Tom Baker is really, really cool. We, since I work for Regeneration Who, the first year we did the convention, we did a Skype interview with him. And he is just such a delightful man. He really, really is.
Nice.
So, also, he has some great audios through Big Finish. And he played a character in Rebels, in Star Wars Rebels. If you watch that cartoon, he played one of the voices of one of the characters.
And I love how they, as much people bitch when Star Wars cut off, none of that is canon anymore, only these. They have done a great job moving forward.
Well, they
Rebels.
did bring Tarkin back.
They did.
That's a great thing. Like, they had Timothy Zahn write another Tarkin book. Oh, and I could totally bring this whole Dark Shadows because Toei just said, mentioned Dark Shadows. Colin Baker, the 6th Doctor, did voice work for the Big Finish Dark Shadows audios.
Nice.
So if you like Dark Shadows and you want to hear some new stuff, Big Finish does have audios for it.
Now it's
time.
And
Colin Baker played a character in it.
It's time for our refill break. No, you're okay. You're okay. I just want to... Do we need a break now, or should we just keep rambling on? Because we don't have to take breaks. It's up to us. Does anybody need a refill break? Andrea? Andrea needs a refill break. Okay, we're going to play it, but we're probably coming back quickly, so we'll be right back. And then we'll go on talking about Dark Shadows, Star Wars, Doctor Who, and so on. We'll be back.
Sit right back and relax, or get up and get a drink and refill what you have, while the cast and cohorts and co-hosts of Talk of the Tavern do the same. And here's the testimony of some of the great people we've had on Talk of the Tavern or previously on Sounds of Steam. Enjoy.
This is Gail Carragher, author of The Finishing School and the Custard Protocol series, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Aiden Sivart, Steampunk Indiana Jones.
Hey, this is Scott.
This is Samantha.
And we're Frenchie and the Punk.
I'm Karen Kay, also known as the Fairy Lady and editor of Fame magazine and also founder of Fairy Events.
This is K.W. Jeter, author of Infernal Devices and Fiendish Schemes.
Kircher here. I play Bifur in the Hobbit trilogy, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Trevor Crafts, executive producer and creator of Lantern City.
This is Lord Bobbins of TeslaCon. Huzzah!
Steampunk Funk Bazaar here, Lord Monty right in front of your radio.
Hello, this is Professor Elemental. When I'm not taking a bath in gin or trying to invent a new kind of badger, I'm listening. Oh, yes!
This is Stephen Davis of Raising Steam UK, 2-day steampunk festival in Reading. Enjoy.
I'm Thomas Williford of Brute Force Studios, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Commander Bob of Victor Sierra.
Je suis la légendaire princesse convertie de Victor Sierra.
Hi, my name is Sarah from Valentine Wolf.
Hey, this is Braxton from Valentine Wolf.
This is Aileen the Peacemaker, the founding editor of Beyond Victoriana, the multicultural steampunk blog.
Hey, this is Joseph C.R. Vortek, otherwise known as Electro Swing Neo Vintage DJ Vortek, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern. I hope you come out of it in one piece. I'm not sure I did.
And don't forget about our other shows during the week. Tunesday, Middle-Aged Gamers on Wednesday.
Okay, cutting that short because we're back. I wanted to give Angela a chance to check her messages or whatever there. Sometimes we'll do that during the break. We're like, quick, see if anybody sent anything important or relative related part of it's, yeah. So, okay, so we were jumping back and forth.
Doctor Who.
Let's go on with Star Wars, though. You were talking about the Tarkin, and I was talking about tying in Rebels and the comics and the books, and it's really this awesome, expansive universe. And I'm looking forward to the new trilogy, totally unrelated in a different part of the galaxy.
Well, they just said that they're going to be doing the TV series, but it's going to be set between Return of the Jedi and
love it.
the next Star Wars film. Like, it's going to be set like 10 or 15 years after it or something. So that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm perfectly okay with, like with Rebels, it is its own show, but you get these little tie-ins. Here's an Akbar appearance, here's this, here's that, Londo has appeared in it, etc. And I don't need...
anything that gets me more ships for X-Wing miniature game makes me happy.
I play the role-playing game, so not the strategy game, but with the miniatures, I always look for ships that I can use in space combat for the role-playing game. And there's one of the standard ships players receive at the beginning of the game that they don't have a miniature for. It's like you can get a Millennium Falcon, which I think is the YT...
2 Millennium Falcons right now.
Okay. Oh.
They have Han's Falcon, and then they have the one from the new movies.
How about the Lego Falcon? Isn't that a beautiful thing?
Well,
yeah. And I do spray paint art, so like the space art with spray paint. And I saw a YouTube video on how to do the Millennium Falcon, and I haven't watched it yet, but I've bookmarked it to watch it. And so I'm like, can I do that, or is it a stencil? I'm curious. It's a, man. I have to watch that. Anyhow. And they're coming out with another animated series because Rebels is ending, and I like that they're ending it before you're tired of it.
Well, and you also, they made comic lines for Kenan and stuff like that, and they even did, because they did a whole line of just female characters in the comics. So they did Ahsoka, they did all the different Sabine and all of them. So like they actually gave you side stories for them too, so you didn't just have Rebels.
Ahsoka was great because the way she grew from Clone Wars to Rebels. And there is there is appearances in the new trilogy of the people from Star Wars Rebels. Just minor appearances, like the droid appeared. And then over the loudspeaker, what is the female pilot on Rebels? The Twi'lek?
Oh, give me a second. I can't remember. That's going to bug me.
Well, my son says in the first of the new trilogy, you hear them call for her over the PA system. You know, and it's those little things that they're tying it in well without.
Hera.
Thank you. It's so people are bitching about Solo because they're like, oh, they switched directors 3 times. The main actor had to take acting classes. Wah, wah, wah. What do you think?
Let's just put it this way. First off, they are totally down with their marketing. Solo cups and Solo.
Did they do that?
Yes.
Oh, hold on.
Go look at a pack of Solo cups, and they have Solo. They have a picture of Han Solo and Chewie on there.
I'm gonna have to get those.
That marketing team, legit. Second, the main actor is fantastic.
Is he?
In Hail Caesar.
Okay.
He is fantastic in Hail Caesar.
Was that a good movie?
Oh, it was fantastic.
I
So
wanted
funny.
to see it. I just haven't
funny.
caught it yet. Okay, good.
You should totally watch it when you get a chance. He's hilarious in it. So when you're saying he needed to take acting classes, first off, actors always have to take acting classes. They have to hone their talent. They have to continue to grow and continue to learn.
Right.
That is what actors do. Like, you have to take classes and stuff like that. If you're never growing or learning as an actor, then what's the point? Like, you're there for the love of the art. You're complaining someone took lessons?
Here's a total tangent. They're coming out with a movie. I have a list. This is something else I was going to do yesterday. A list of movies they're making or that are already made and have release dates. One of the ones for March of next year, Voyage of Dr. Dolittle. Do you remember?
Voyage of Doctor. Is he on a spaceship?
No,
Is this like animals with space helmets?
Well, do you remember the original one with Rex Harrison?
Mm-hmm.
This apparently is that, not necessarily Eddie Murphy as a vet, which was cute, but I didn't get really. But I don't know. I'm guessing he's on a boat and they're going Victorian again, and I'm good with this. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
I hope it's a musical. Oh, they are considering redoing Flash Gordon, and the director they have tied to it is Matthew Vaughn, who did Kingsman and X-Men.
Save every one of us.
Fucking great.
You need to listen to the Jack Black version of that.
Oh yeah? Hold on.
Flash, he'll save every motherfucking one of us.
Jack Black.
It's great.
Flash Gordon.
He's great.
He's hilarious.
They kind of have some.
But no, his
go ahead.
His cover of Flash Gordon is amazing.
See, look at us. We're all over the place. I love this show.
Have you seen the trailer for Bohemian Rhapsody, the Queen movie?
No.
I posted it on Facebook like earlier today, but holy cow, it's a movie basically about Freddie Mercury and Queen and stuff, and it looks awesome. Yeah.
Nice.
It looks so cool.
Better than the other one? Have you seen the other one?
No, I don't think I have.
I think it's just called Freddie or Freddie Mercury or something. But
yeah, I think that was a long time ago.
Yeah, not in a galaxy far, far away. So
maybe.
Andrea, I know you wanted to talk about Doctor Who more, or you mentioned it, so don't let me. Yeah, well, you mentioned it when we came back, so I wasn't sure if you had something specific.
Oh, I'm not the person to talk to. I get the jokes. I don't know what doctor's what. I know what I like. Don't ask.
What do you think about the
People
new female
get upset
doctor?
when they try to talk to me. I haven't seen it.
No one has.
Well, it
doesn't come out till like October.
But we've seen pictures.
No.
We know who it is, and
yeah.
I'm perfectly okay with a female doctor. I'm okay with the black doctor. I'm okay with Indian. I don't care as long as the show still has the flavor that it has. I also love how they change the flavor just a little bit with each new doctor. They let it be the same show but a new show.
But it's a different actor portraying it. If we have the same actor doing the same stuff that every actor did, then it would be boring.
Absolutely.
So that's why they have Like, well, originally why they had the regeneration was because the Doctor playing the first Doctor was just getting too old. He just couldn't remember lines and stuff like that. And so when he left Doctor Who, they're like, well, we want to keep the show going. So they did the regeneration, which is brilliant.
Yes.
Like, Doctor Who already is such an amazing show. Like, it was a woman producer at the BBC that was fighting for this show to happen. So why shouldn't we have a woman Doctor? I mean, I know a lot of people are like, oh no, it's always been a guy, blah, blah, blah. Like, I made the whole joke at Dragon Con because they did a Doctor Who, female Doctor Who panel at Dragon Con last year that they had me on. And I made the joke that I'm really excited for a female Doctor because it means that I might actually get to wear yoga pants in a Doctor Who costume now. That'd be great. And that was, of course, me just joking.
Right.
Because that's what I do. I make horrible comments like that. But
it's not horrible.
It's if you're thinking about gender biases and stereotypes, then it is kind of silly.
Okay.
But in the fact, it's funny. Like, people need to lighten up over
Agreed.
this. Yeah, she Jodie Whittaker could be amazing as the character, but people have already said it's going to be horrible. Why? Because it's a female playing the role. Who cares? As long as the show is still good, we have a new showrunner. Like, we have great directors coming in and directing these episodes. It's going to be great. I am really excited for this. Stephen Moffat flat out said, I don't want to direct a woman Doctor. And for his run, he didn't do it. And I'm glad they didn't force him to do it, because someone who doesn't want to do something and has strong feelings about that will just not do it well. And I'm glad that they said, okay, he's leaving. Let's go ahead and do this.
And that doesn't mean he was against a female Doctor. That means he probably didn't feel he could direct it.
He didn't want to do it.
Right.
Yeah, he said he wouldn't do it well. So let him not do it well, okay? Let him... He already sat there and said, if I do it, I'm not going to do this good.
Right.
So I don't want to do this. And the people at the BBC went, okay. And when it was time for him to leave, they got someone else, and they're going to do a female Doctor. And I'm excited for it. Like, she can act. We've already seen her act alongside 2 other Doctors, truthfully, or 2 other characters from Doctor Who in Broadchurch. So, I mean...
Let me ask you this. Have you seen Stephen Moffat's older series, Coupling?
I have seen some of Coupling.
I love it.
It explains so much
about
his writing style.
It does.
It explains so much.
It does. And it doesn't sound... Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't have to.
I love British humor, British anything. Like, the amount of IT crowd references that I make in a day is
something I didn't enjoy in British humor, British or American, but especially the American, The Office. I just didn't like the lead character because he was too stupid.
IT crowd's a little different.
See, I have to watch IT crowd. I haven't watched.
It's funny.
I've seen a few. I've seen a bit of it.
Yeah.
Hello, sir or madam. Fire. Fire. Help.
Oh, by the way, another Avengers spoiler. Remember Galaga guy? The guy playing Galaga on the helicarrier? Well, it has been confirmed that he was turned to dust also, and he was this close to his high score ever when he died. That was confirmed by the director.
The saddest thing ever.
Spoilers. I don't think they show them on.
There actually is a list that Marvel released saying which some of the characters that were spoilers. They did not say Pepper Potts because it'd be too spoilery. They didn't say. They said Aunt May lived.
Huh?
There are a couple others. Yeah, there are a couple others that they sat there and were like, yeah, these are the characters, but there were a few. There it is. Jane from Thor. They're like too spoilery. Like, they flat out, there were certain ones they're just like, we're not telling you.
That's good.
But there were others they're just like, yeah, we're totally going to tell you which ones.
That's good.
But I'm just waiting to find out if... Well, you guys haven't seen it, so I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
Never mind.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to seeing it, and I'm already looking forward to part 2, because we know Marvel's history of bringing people back. So,
yeah.
And of course, in the comic, this is following...
We got Bucky. We still have Bucky. Wait.
Yeah.
Toei says, I just read the list and saved myself a lot of time. But yeah, in the comic books, like, a lot of people died worldwide, and they were brought back by the next series, which Marvel isn't doing that exact storyline. They've made their own for the movie, but it still relates, and yeah, I have no doubt.
Well, the joke was always, they'll bring anyone back in the comic universe except for Jason Todd and Bucky. Well, we got both of those back in 1 year. So
is Jason Todd back?
Challenge accepted.
Well, in Batman, he was back a few years ago.
Oh, speaking of, yeah, he was, wasn't he? That's right. Speaking of bringing people back. Nope, totally lost that. Damn it. Oh, no, speaking of Japanese culture earlier, Andrea, I went and researched Batman Ninja. The new animated.
Oh, that's
DC.
really cool.
Have you seen it?
It's really cool. I haven't seen it. I got to see a snippet of it at New York Comic Con, and then I worked for the Good Smile booth at New York Comic Con.
Mm-hmm.
So we had the director and the storyboarder and stuff at our booth signing stuff.
Nice.
I got to be the one that held up the front of the line sign because I was selling Good Smile figures. So
it's well,
nice.
I did a little research on it because we almost bought it without knowing anything about it. Didn't even know it was coming out. And I'll get to Kennedy's comment in a moment. But it's feudal Japan, and it brings all the DC characters, the Batman villains and whatnot there, and it looks very anime.
It's very anime. The creators are the people that actually did it. Did a bunch of animes, and I can't say them right now because tongue twisted.
It's fine. And Kennedy says, and I agree with this statement, I think that the people that trash the new Doctor are in the minority, but they're vocal and get attention, which makes it seem like there's more dislike than there is. I think that's the same with the Star Wars. And did a poll.
I think people just want to bitch because they're so
attention.
miserable. Stop it, people. Be happy. Just like it for what it is.
Kennedy did a
And if
poll.
you don't like it, then go make another movie.
That's true. Make your own. And because they're not making your version of the movie, they're making theirs. That's that. He did a poll in
Thank you.
one of the
That is correct, Mo.
Gurren Lagann.
Yes, Gurren Lagann.
Lagann.
There we go.
Thank you.
Yes, it is. I think the director who did that did the Batman Ninja.
And Kennedy says he'll stop by and say hello.
Yeah. If I do work New York Comic Con, I work at the For Fans by Fans booth. So if I go this year, I'll be at For Fans by Fans.
What are you going to say?
Which
Andrew?
generally has a big giant pug balloon above us. If you were there last year, you saw the giant pug balloon. It was hard to not see either the pug's face or the pug's butt.
Was that your idea?
No, we actually have the license for Pugly Pug, and so we had a giant balloon of Pugly, and the creator was there from Canada. So
nice.
Andrea, did you want to respond?
I just want to say, Kennedy, no, I'm Batman. Don't tell anybody. Shh. Darkness.
Who doesn't love Bat Dad videos?
Oh my gosh, they're hilarious. Oh my gosh.
I saw one
so
recently
funny.
that was more outtakes than actual ones where he would mess up or the wife hit him with something and knocked off his mask. And
She's
doing dropping F-bombs on
lunch
stuff.
meat. She's doing
Lunch
lunch meat at his face. It was so funny. Oh, Bob Eisenstein from Victor Sierra posted a whole thing of Bad Dad today.
did he?
It's great. It's worldwide.
Yeah, Roughhead checked the poll in one of his writers group, checked the poll in Nanoland group, 564 to 15. I agree, haters, whether it's Star Wars, Doctor Who, or whatever, they're in a minority, but they're a vocal minority, like so many things in this world, and then people go, well, everybody feels that way, that must be the way I should feel. No, think about it on your own, and my biggest advice is, you know what, let it fucking come out before you hate it. Give it a chance.
Yep.
Watch it, and then bitch if you must. But even
make your own decisions.
I can be skeptical about
yourself.
something.
Yeah.
But I'm going to still give it a chance.
Justice League, people bitch about it being too CGI, and I agree, it's got some scrappy CGI. But how else are you going to make a movie like that? That's what we have.
It just gave Deadpool a lot of stuff to talk about.
That's another one that looks...
This week.
Oh, is it this week? Oh, my goodness.
Friday.
Stupid budget. I hate you, budget.
Stupid storm messing up our trees and stuff.
Yeah.
But everybody can support our habits so we can see Deadpool throw bits at us.
You can subscribe. Kennedy, a quick thing for you. We are doing another giveaway for a coin. Here's what I am going to do. You get 2 entries to the next one because you supported us at a $5 level on Patreon. And because it just wasn't on the subscribe list, I forgot to add you in there. And I think Patreon, when you give us $5, we get a lot closer to $5. When you throw $5 at Twitch, we get $2.50. So I think Patreon at a $5 level is worth 2 entries into the giveaways. So next Monday,
hey, we can do a special drawing just for the Patreon people too.
We could. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they could enter both if they subscribe in. But yeah, we're going to take care of that. Yeah, let it come out before you hate it.
Yes. Have you guys seen the music video Celine Dion did for the Deadpool movie?
No. I've seen. Now, is that the really short one?
No, she did a full music video with Deadpool.
One more.
Singing. Like, at first you think it's just Celine Dion singing, and then Deadpool pops out in there, and the ending part is hilarious.
That's our sound effects in the background people can play. It's matter of fact, let's see here. Okay, I'm seeing if that was it. I don't get subscriber benefits. Kennedy, we're working on that, and I'm looking at a way to give everybody on Patreon the subscriber benefits. We'll see. Give us time.
He's still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and with Discord coming into the picture in our little world, we'll see what we could do more, because I definitely want to promote the Patreon in addition or above subscribers.
Toey.
Toey can only
I have to check it out now.
Seriously, just watch the end interaction of the video where Ryan Reynolds and Celine Dion are talking. It's really, really funny. Like, super funny. If you can't stay through the whole video.
Yeah, with folks supporting us, I want to give as much as I can. And that might be something, because I've always talked about our core people, the people that have been with us for 5 years that just can't afford to throw $5 a month at us. And like Skipper, if Skipper can't afford to subscribe, I still want to give him all the benefits I can, because he has been with us essentially close enough to the beginning to call it the beginning. So I'll work it out as best I can. We'll see what's going on. Oh, time for a song. Let's put a song on. We're paused. How about the Saw theme? Shall we go creepy?
Yeah, let's go creepy.
Okay, here we go. Then we can talk about horror movies. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Here's this. I don't think people realize how much work you put into one project, one song. Because yes, there's you playing, and then there's the background stuff, and then there's the video. And I don't think they realize how many hours go into even the simplest and easiest. Toey's making the kitty dance. It's disco! Exclamation point disco, because I support disco. So try disco, Toei. We had more than that. We have. Oh, isn't there pet?
No, it's RAR, RAWR, and eat. iPet doesn't work.
Yes, it does.
Because you can only do 3. What does it do?
Makes him wave at you. It says kitty cat love to be pet.
Okay, never mind. That's not on my list. So we're going to talk about horror movies now?
Let's.
You're on mute.
Yep.
There you go.
I had to go close the window. They're calling for a thunderstorm.
Oh no!
They want my cats to all of a sudden get wet.
Hopefully yours.
It's really sunny though. I don't understand how there's going to be a thunderstorm. It's so sunny outside.
It was like that here yesterday. I'm hoping you're not. It's probably, yeah. Yeah, it came quick and.
Yeah.
It
put a piece of the tree through our wall.
It did. Yeah, it was like as thick as my wrist, and it pierced the wall right at the corner of a window. It was amazing. Yeah, it's but that's the worst sandwich we got.
The tree wasn't attached to it.
Yeah, considering we had a whole tree and 2 half trees within 8 feet of our house come down, and they're like 3-story tall trees. You know what? A little piece piercing the corner of the window.
We could fix that.
Yeah. We
It's not on top of your house, so you're good.
Yeah.
Precisely. I'm
and
not
I work
replacing
at home improvement store, so I got access to stuff. Except for chainsaws. We don't rent those.
I added one to the wish list. It's on the top of the Amazon wish list for Talk of the Tavern. It's
nice.
I didn't go with the most expensive, but I went with one that I think is a decent one.
Well, we did do a video that involved chainsaws. Me and Elizabeth. And Grandma. It's about Grandma, and there's chainsaws. And, yeah.
I mean, you could do a video of you guys getting rid of that tree if you get a chainsaw.
Yeah. We could do a live broadcast, set up the tripod, and...
I'll hold the camera and stand back.
Yeah, it's... How interesting would that... You know, I would say nobody wants to watch a couple hours of chopping up trees with a chainsaw, but considering
people watch crazy stuff.
Now, Angela, we're going to talk about Twitch for a minute here. We have seen straight up cat cams, a camera pointed at a cat sleeping in a basket for hours, and that's the whole channel. We have seen people
that's soothing to people. Come on now.
It is.
That's what. Yeah, we have a lot of cats. We watch them. We don't have cable.
I've started doing Catterday on YouTube, where every Saturday for the next 3 months I'm releasing cat videos, and they're just of our cats. And I go longer. They're not like 3-second clips. They are, sometimes 45-second to a minute clips. So when you're watching this 2 to 3 minute video, it's kind of like having cats. It's my theory. I don't know. So yeah, it's
Yeah, there's cat cam things on Twitch. There's people putting together puzzles. Of course, playing games, just
cooking.
Yeah.
And then there are just channels of people eating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's super popular. There's so many YouTube channels of, like, skinny Asian girls cramming their face with, like, ramen and stuff.
Good for them.
I don't get it, but,
There's also channels on YouTube of people just whispering and stuff like that because it's so soothing. I
saw that.
Yep.
Andrea found one yesterday.
Weird stuff out there.
ASMR, which stands for something sensory, blah blah blah. But there's a special
I found one
microphone.
Yesterday, and it was weird.
Yeah.
Microphone with ears, and the cheapest one is like $500, and it goes up to like $5,000. I'm like,
are you talking about the ones that you put on and it has the sensor thing and they move the ears?
No, we're talking about a microphone.
A microphone with ears, and
they
do stuff near the ears and whisper in it, and it's a whole channel.
Yeah. So it'll have 2 separate ears, and it's in stereo. So when I have my headphones on, when she talks into the left ear, I hear it in my left ear. And she put a plastic thing over top and tapped with rain in the background of her, and she's whispering, and she had 1,500 people watching. Now, she's a bit cuter than I am, and she had a bit more cleavage than I do, so I'm doubting I could succeed at a channel like that. But it's still amazing.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, good for her.
Des,
She's doing her thing and making her money.
And Des saw knittings and...
Somebody's going to do it.
Wait, knitting and cats or knitting
Oh.
cats? Or using cats to knit? Oh, that'd be a great channel.
Matricula knits.
Yeah. Can you imagine knitting but having your basket of yarn next to you and the cat's just attacking it as you try to knit? That would be entertainment.
That's why I've never learned. Because it's cats.
I mean, people take cat hair and felt it.
I've seen that. Hey, I vacuum like every other day. I can keep them in business.
And Des says ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, and some people get addicted to them. And Toei points out one of my favorite movies, Idiocracy, IRL. Yeah, Idiocracy, like Office Space, it's one of those essential movies that probably should be watched by all of geekdom at some point.
Yeah. Don't we have that?
I believe we do, yes. Yes. I think I make...
I need a new chair. This chair is like killing me.
Stupid chair. Do a whole show on putting a chair together for you.
No.
You get one of those sweet gamer chairs.
Yeah. Those
Have
are
like
nice.
lumbar support. That's what I have on my Amazon wish list.
Yeah.
I need some.
Send me a link and I'll add 2 of them.
They're sweet. They're like only $100 too.
Oh, that's
which
all?
is not that bad for a chair.
No, that's not bad at all.
And it's all people, so you can go ahead and send me one today.
I mean, I'm saving up.
Well, my chair is broke. I need something with a high back because I broke my back. I broke it in a car accident. I messed it up really bad, so this chair's killing me.
Des says, people whispering can trigger responses in people. Yeah, I'm sure it triggers a very specific response in some people. Shut that down, really?
Yes, I did see your chair, and I want one.
Toei says, would probably trigger me to tell him to speak the F up. What? Can't hear you. Louder. Oh, we've got about
There's me going, what? What?
Exactly. Hold on. I've got this. Let me just go add this real quick.
Isn't that sweet looking?
Hold on. I'm whipping it out right now. I'm still pulling at Facebook.
Oh my.
That's right. Rawr. It's clickety click click. Okay. Oh. Do they have it in different colors? I like blue better than red.
I think they have. Well, I think they do have it in other colors. You'd have to search for it.
That's a lot of work. Searching on Amazon, it's probably best if I don't.
Just scroll down. Just scroll down.
Scroll.
There's a blue one right there.
Oh, there's a blue one. Okay, I'll open that. Man, look at that.
I'm so out of this conversation. I have no idea what they're talking about.
Hold on a
Here,
second.
I'll send you on Facebook too.
That's all good.
There you go. Sent.
That gaming desk is
Got a
kind of
high
cool
back.
too. With all the cup holder attached to it and everything. It looks like a TV tray. Anyhow. Okay, so let's go add these to the wish list.
Sure. I need that.
Yeah, that's like my dream chair right there for sewing and setting up my computer and everything else.
That's pretty.
I gotta move it to the Talk of the Tavern list. There we
And
go.
it has great reviews. It has 4.5 stars
Nice. What the hell?
out of almost 200.
Well, for the price, it's...
Oh, when I clicked add it to the list, it's, here's other items people liked. And one of them is a esports gaming headphone cradle for $14. You can get something to put your headsets on. That's why I have a desk.
I have a hook on the wall above my desk. It's command strips. Command strips are awesome.
There we
I
go.
spent way too much money on command strips.
I've added these. Wow, a red solo cup fits into the little cup cradle from the picture of this one. Wow. There's not enough space, though. Oh, little speaker holders. Well, that's cool. Anyhow. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's actually talk to each other.
Yeah.
See,
my list has
Mhm.
rainbow keyboards and stuff because who doesn't want an LED keyboard that's rainbow?
I know I do.
Whatever.
True story.
If it works.
Let's see here. What do we got here?
Cats would like it.
Let's see. Oh, there's a lot of things here. $400 chair. I'm guessing that means the one he got. Talking Toei is old. Split keyboard. Now that I can put the halves on each side of my gaming wheel.
Oh. I don't... Oh, like it's actually split.
Yeah, it's 2 keyboards.
Oh. That's
But they have
interesting.
it where you can clip them together too.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
Oh, the things I don't know about, and it's probably best if I don't know.
Yeah.
It's true. So in about 5 minutes, we're going to play Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
So we're going to talk about horror movies?
Yeah, what do you want to talk about? Which one?
I don't know.
I'll tell you my favorites.
You said horror movies, so I'm trying to keep us kind of on track.
Cabin in the Woods is one of my favorites.
There's one called Pork Chop, too.
Yeah. Cabin in the Woods is fun. They had a really cool monster design.
They did.
For Cabin in the Woods.
And no spoilers in case somebody hasn't seen it. But
I
There's some
finally
great monster
saw that.
The ballerina's my favorite.
Did you want to say anything else about it, Andrea?
No spoilers. I just liked it. I saw it. Yay me.
It's a great twist on the horror genre. And it was fun all the way through. And if you like hunky men, Hemsworth is in it.
If you like Thor,
is he?
Being a frat boy.
Yeah.
Is he in it?
Yeah.
See how much I pay attention?
He's also in
I watch it for
Ghostbusters,
the storyline.
which him alone makes Ghostbusters worth seeing.
Ghostbusters, Kevin. Oh my God, Kevin. That's a great character.
So even if you hate the movie, go watch his scenes and then watch the excerpts with him.
It's so funny. That's a great character. It took the lenses out of his glasses because they get dirty.
And Des says it was great seeing you live, Angela.
When did you see me live?
Just
Are
now.
you at RavenCon? Right now. Oh, okay.
No,
I'm
at
at
RavenCon. I kind of drug everybody to your...
Oh,
concert.
sweet. Okay.
So we were in the back row.
That's fine. So you're one of the disreputable people. Got you.
I am. This show is controversial.
That's what I was trying to figure out because I just played a show on Saturday. So that's why I was like...
We have had people refuse to come on because our show is controversial.
What?
She's going to run away now. Why'd you tell her?
No.
So, yeah, we are. So there, we're rebels. Rawr.
Woo.
Did you say moo or mo?
Woo.
Woo.
I said woo.
Oh.
Moo? What?
I don't know. I thought you were talking to Toei with her farming thing. That's how they cheer when you were watching her show. Moo-hoo! There you go. You know, like you moo.
It's the cows.
Let's play
So do you have any movies that you're going to be doing coming up here this year? I always ask when she puts food in her mouth.
I actually have 2 that are going around to film festivals right now. So, I mean, other than my film, which is still playing at a couple film festivals, I did a short film called The Thicket, which I directed, wrote, and was in. There was a whole bunch of other people in it as well. And we actually had Terry Malloy, who played Davros, as one of the voices in it as well. That's still going around some film festivals, and then eventually I'll have it up online. I have, it's on there's a DVD anthology of all the short films that I've directed or co-directed with my friend Mariah Johnson that we sell at conventions and stuff. But other than that one, right now I have a horror feature film that's going around the festival circuit and then will be available for purchase, called She Was So Pretty 2, and it's the sequel to a slasher film called She Was So Pretty. I play a mom in that one, which is really funny. When they cast me, they're like, no, you're the hot young mom. And I was like, I have a teenager? Holy crap.
Nice.
Holy cow. But so I play in that one, and then there's another one that I play the lead in called Prelude: A Love Story, which is a short film that was directed by England Simpson. So yay, female directors. The feature was also directed by a female named Brooklyn. So yay, females directing films.
Mm-hmm.
So both of those are going through film festivals. I know She Was So Pretty Too is playing in Charlotte this weekend at Days of the Dead. Prelude: A Love Story is going to play at Con Carolinas in a couple weeks as well.
Will you be attending?
So if you're at either of those conventions, I will be at Con Carolinas. I won't be at Days of the Dead just because it costs money and I wasn't invited to the convention as a guest, so I don't really have the money to put out for the convention. So, but I'm still excited that films I'm in are playing, and both of the female directors are actually going to be there talking about them this weekend as well, so that's really, really
Nice.
fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Here.
So can people just bring up a DVD and have you sign it?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Does it have to be of your movie or any DVD?
I would prefer it to be something I'm in.
There we go. But you're not picky. You'll do whatever they need. Time for Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Okay.
So here's this, and then we could tell us about it, and we can all dream about ruling the world. There we go. And real quick, hi Spacey Tracy, good to see you. And Kennedy, yes, we see your messages here, if that's what you're talking about. If you're texting us somewhere else, maybe, but we don't necessarily check those things during the show. Oh, quick, Andrea left. What do we want to talk about? Are you muted?
No, I'm not muted.
Okay, just checking.
I fixed it this time.
Yay!
I don't know. Something. Ow, something. Andrea.
Yeah.
Something. Hi, how you doing?
Welcome back, Andrea.
Like a ninja.
You are.
Hi. Oh, hi, Tracy.
Good to see you. You know what I want to talk about real quick here? Oh, thank you, Tracy. Appreciate that. I want to talk about tomorrow. We have Dana Buffet-Stevens on, and we're going to discuss cosplaying and makeup and belly dance and all kinds of things like that. Thursday, Jay Smith, an author, blogger, podcaster, and an award-winning audio dramatist, will be joining us. Next Monday, on the evening show, we're going to be discussing cult movies and musicals with Cyrnix and others from
Yay!
Creative Under. Yeah, there we go.
Charming Underclothes.
Charming, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I love them.
No,
That's out in your area, right?
No, they're out of Roanoke. But I actually am like honorary cast with them. So
They do cool stuff because they do Rocky Horror, but they'll do it dressed as other folks, such as superheroes, or they do Clue, and it's good. And then next Tuesday, for Tunesday, we're going to have Night Watch Paradox with Andy Hunt and Andrew Stainer joining us. So we've got a full schedule. Oh, we've got a good schedule. You know, I was thinking earlier, who was it I was thinking to get on? We could do a whole artist episode and get like Mo and Michael Thompson on a Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
And have them do little doodles and talk about art and drug. Oh, and Sean Durrington, we can add him to that.
I was going to say, speaking of that, we're going to have Sean on a show.
Matter of fact, next Wednesday.
Yeah.
I try not to go more than a week ahead. Thank you for the cheer there, Kennedy. Appreciate that. But okay, I pimped the next shows. Back to other stuff. Oh, wait. Kennedy, she did answer. She does know Mike Lombardo via Facebook.
yeah, I don't think I've met him in person, but I know him on Facebook.
And Tracy asks, are you going to reschedule Whose Line Is It Anyway show you had to postpone last night because of the storm?
Yeah.
We're discussing it because there has been a chain of things that have happened every time we try to do it in the past year. So we're like, well,
Something's trying to tell us, hey.
how superstitious do we want to be here? But maybe we shouldn't do it. Thank you, Des. Appreciate that. So we'll see. I'm watering up because of her going to go out afterwards. What were you saying, Andrea?
I'm just, yes, with the show. I'd like to do it. Ed and I had stuff planned, and I think we've got a good way to do it, and then weather, I don't know.
Then nature happened all over us. So
Silly nature.
That's right. So I could show pictures of the destruction, but
Well, you recorded it.
I did.
And we were live last night on Twitch with a lot of it. So there you go. You can see it.
So
there's a cat.
What do you got on your tail, Cuttlefish? You got something?
I love that dude.
He's a good cat too. He's our shower kitty. He cuddles with my face every night. Well, beside it at least. And get up and do the purring, massaging thing, and then lay down. It looked like it was so fun. What, the storm or the Whose Line thing? It's
The storm, not so much, but
if Whose Line.
We were really lucky compared to everybody else out here. Really lucky.
Yeah. To have one piece of wood enter the house through a wall was much better than what some other folks faced. That's absolutely.
You have one piece of wood in the house.
That's right. We got wood. That's the joke that gets her to turn red.
That's what she said. Wait, I'm not red.
And that was a game. That was going to be a game.
Yeah, we're going to do That's What She Said game. Or if you know what I mean.
I will win that game.
Let's see here. Kennedy says to Angela, met him through my Big Brother horror fan. I'll look for the thicket if it's showing in New York City area.
Well, right now it's not planned to show in New York City. I did send it to the New York Horror Film Fest and they didn't accept it.
Aww.
But once it's out, it'll just be all over my social media and stuff like that. So I do have a lot of short films that I've directed that are available on like Vimeo and YouTube that I randomly post on Facebook from time to time. So if you follow my social media, I do post a lot of that stuff every so often.
Real quick shout out to... Go ahead.
Or films that like I've worked on that other people are posting. I always share that because if I'm in it, I'm definitely gonna pimp it.
Real quick shout out to Longtime Troll. Thanks for joining us. And this man is straight alpha. Which one of us? Just checking.
Is it me?
It could be. It's yeah, this is our show, buddy. It's sitting around having a drink and chatting for 3 hours. It's a great time. Make sure you join us tomorrow. We've got another beautiful woman joining us, and we're going to discuss makeup and cosplay and belly dancing and that kind of stuff. Spooky Travis, that's me. It's But we are about to wrap this up. We got about 10 minutes left. What random topic? Is there anybody that has any questions for Angela? You guys have been listening all day. You know you can ask questions, so let her know. Otherwise, we're going to ramble about this and that. And what are we going to ramble about?
Stuff. I don't know what that was.
That was long time troll following. It just with the delay, it took a minute. Appreciate it. Oh, it dropped in the tip cup.
You're on mute.
Am I?
Oh, no.
I think she was just mouthing words that we couldn't hear. It's now, when's the next time we get to hang out? Because I know we mentioned a few shows that we'll mention to you and let you know when they're coming up. We could do life advice. Do we want to take a life advice question from Longtime Troll?
Don't bitch about movies until you see them.
Yeah, we already said that. Yep. That's life advice. Have your own opinion. Don't be a sheeple.
Absolutely. If you have a question that you want us to give...
Church, here's the sheeple.
That's the steeple.
Do what?
She did church and steeple.
Oh.
Troll, if you have some advice you need, feel free to throw it out there, and we'll give you blunt, direct advice that you won't like. We're here for you. Yeah.
Yeah, so when are we going to see each other again?
I don't know. Let me see here. My next cons are, I would totally go off and I have them all on my calendar. So my next few cons are Animazement next weekend, Con in Raleigh, North Carolina. Con Carolina's the weekend after. Then Anime Expo in Los Angeles. I will probably be at the Pugly Pug pop-up event in Los Angeles. I don't know if they've actually talked about that, so never mind. Don't talk about that. Okay. I'll be at San Diego Comic-Con in San Diego. I'll be at Gen Con. Board games.
Right.
I'm all for that. I'll be some board games. I'll be at Otakon in Washington, D.C. I will be working at Potterverse in Maryland. So if you like Harry Potter, you should come out to this Harry Potter convention. I run press there. I help run VIP events, stuff like that. So you should definitely come out. It's really, really fun last year. It's run by the same people that put on the Doctor Who convention or Generation Who that I was talking about earlier. I'll be at Dragon Con in Atlanta. I'll be at Raven Concert in Richmond, which is Raven Con's big music festival thing they're going to do. And then I'm going to Japan. And then I don't know for the rest of the year. I haven't really planned out the rest of my year after September.
Well, that sounds like a busy enough schedule anyway, and we won't be at any of those. But we'll probably have you on the show between now and then. I know in July we're talking about it. So
that works.
Longtime Troll asks, I'm spending 14 to 16 hours watching Twitch, playing video games, and consuming 420. I feel like I'm wasting my 30s living like this, and I really need to fix my life. How do I change? Now, I have a response, but I want to see if the ladies want to go first.
Well...
Do you want me to start?
Are you streaming your games on Twitch? Do you have a following? Because if you enjoy that and you're making stuff like that, then okay. I mean, do what you like. Don't do it all the time. You should still get out and do other stuff. Meet people, have friends, be social.
It's kind of where I was going with that. Yeah, the bottom line is, are you happy? But if you feel like you're wasting your life, do you feel like you're wasting it because you're not being fulfilled, or because other people are telling you you're not living right? So if you're happy, consumers are part of the world. They're the majority of the world. But if you have a creative urge and you're not happy with what you're doing and you want to change that, the bottom line is the easiest way is write a schedule and stick to it. And that schedule could be one day a week going out, or painting a picture, or streaming a video game, or whatever you want to do. If you're not working, get a job, even if it's part-time.
Make one goal every week that you need to accomplish, and then work down to maybe 2 goals a week until you feel like you are actually doing something, so you don't feel like you are not, like, wasting your time.
Life is happiness. Now, you have to be productive enough to support yourself by whatever means that is. But, yeah, feel unfulfilled. Stop caring about what people think of me in my late 20s. If you're feeling unfulfilled, it is time to fill yourself. You know what I mean?
That's
basically.
what she said.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that's what he said.
So, yeah, find out what is your passion. If it is video games, maybe it's doing a live stream Twitch instead of watching them. And if you don't care what people think about you, then you shouldn't have that anxiety that a lot of folks get when putting something out publicly. So,
Kennedy says, get up to 18 hours. Fixed.
So that's pretty much the simple answer is find out what your passion is and pursue it. And do the thing that makes you feel fulfilled. If you don't know what that is, then it's time to start exploring. Escapism, that's what television is, reading a book, watching Twitch, playing video games, it's escapism. And if that's not fulfilling, then it's time to figure out what is. Step 1. Step 2 is do it. That's simple.
Well, I have a lot of people say, oh, I wish I had your life. Well, this didn't happen overnight. I had to make it happen. Same thing for everybody. Figure out what you want. Take a step. Don't just keep wishing you were someone else.
And when you're like, I am just so tired, it's hard to just get out there and do it. Yeah, you still have to do it when you don't feel like it. And that's how you move forward. Oh, one more question. My other question is, do I fix my life before hitting dating apps, or do I start hitting dating apps and present myself as is? Stay away from dating apps.
You shouldn't hit them at all.
Yeah.
Because that's going to break your phone.
Oh, there you go.
Here's the thing. If you're not happy with yourself, no one else is going to be happy with you.
True.
So get to a point where you're happy with yourself, content with yourself before you try to bring someone else in, or it's just going to backfire. It'll be disastrous.
Be complete in yourself before you have somebody try to complete you.
I don't completely agree with that, but I agree to a point.
Go ahead.
Because people won't always be 100% happy with themselves, and the whole you have to love yourself before others can love you type thing is not always true, because we will not always love ourselves. And before we can find someone else that'll want us, sometimes you do need that supportive side to be able to be completely happy with yourself and have someone help you out with that.
Well, that's why I say when you're at least content with yourself.
Yeah. Your support system around you, keep in mind you are the people around you. If you surround yourself with folks who just consume and do nothing else, you're not going to be inspired to move forward and be more than what you are at this moment.
But legit, if you like nerdy stuff and you just feel like you sit and watch game streams and stuff all day on Twitch, look for a local trivia that does nerd trivia. Look for like a nerd coffee shop or something. Go out and meet people, see what type of events they have. That way you're still getting out of the house and you're not just spending all of your time on Twitch. If you enjoy watching people's streams, still do it. But go out and find your people. You might find enough people that enjoy doing that with you, and you guys find your favorite streamer and you want to watch that, or you want to get together and play some League of Legends instead, or stuff like that. So
Troll says,
and then maybe you won't need it. Then maybe you won't need the dating app because you'll find someone in the group.
which is a better way to meet people in person. Troll says, thank you for your perspectives. I don't know why I just randomly came in here and presented my life story to you folks. Thank you. You're welcome. And you came in here and did that because we're your local tavern. We're the people you can raise a drink with, have a conversation, interact with, and we'll make you laugh, and then we'll tell you some shit that might piss you off a little, such as honesty. It's
Who are we going to raid today?
Oh, I haven't even thought about that. Give me a second. Let me whip this out.
It looks like Courtroom's on.
I like Courtroom. Send you over to Courtroom. You can watch people video game. Let's see. We have, yep, let's go with Courtroom out of the ones that I have on.
Well, and also, hey, longtime troll, if you want to have a little more interaction with people but don't want to go out, we are here Monday 8 to 11
Eastern
p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Tuesday through Thursday 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern. So you can hang out with us.
You can't have all our attention. We do have guests and things that we talk about, but we'll definitely talk to you and whatnot. So there's that. Angela, thank you for joining us. Appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
In the middle of your trip. That's right.
Yes. Are you making gang symbols?
That's the treble clef. It's the treble clef. Yeah, I was.
Okay.
It's just hard to do like that. So.
Oh wait, that didn't work.
You too, Toei, and don't forget
inside.
At some point in time we're gonna get together and do. We're booked for the rest of the month, Toei, so we need to schedule the board game thing. Okay. Have a great day,
board game
guys.
thing. What board game thing?
Tabletopia is an online place where you can go and play board games together, and we can stream it on Twitch. And Toei and us have discussed it. Well, we would probably be looking for a fourth once in a while, so maybe we could talk to you. And
I like board games.
there we go.
There you go.
So
we'll let you know.
Thank you, Tracy. Let's set up this raid, and let's do some outro
and a closing
music.
toast.
Oh, closing toast. Ah, man. Here's to appreciating yourself and accomplishing what fulfills you.
You're here.
Thanks for joining us in the discussion shenanigans tonight. You are the one thing that makes the show what it is. Don't forget to join us at the tavern next week. Until then, have fun, keep learning, and be good to one another. Now, raise your glass and good cheer. Enjoy the small moments every day and steamy dreams every night.